Hola, buenos dias. How's everybody doing? Communications are coming in through connections. When I say communications, I mean communications to everything through formation system. Trying to understand everything through perception, you have to have your heart, mind, and soul open up through operation centers. Everything is communication. Trying to understand how to use your chakra systems of 1 to 7 and 7 to 12. Communication signals to anything through that triangle division. When I say triangle, I mean spacecraft location positions. So I'm traveling to recognition systems, angle point, location positions, anything through is servicing this acceleration. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. Before I get started, thank you all the subscribers and viewers who've been watching my channels. I keep force writing, grand rising, and give everybody the truth of what's going on with space and time, especially now. It's very powerful times we're coming into right now. So I did an energy shift through location system, changed the Earth rotation and a gravity system. So basically, it's kind of like the Earth is like just erupted through a volcano system. Everything through structural location is divisions through a spine location position. So the sector units, core systems, and it changes everything through location. So the human vibrational system is going through allocated positions. So it's force rising more connection systems to the human species locations. So last night, Starseed went 3 hours and almost 40, well, it's just over 44 minutes, 3 hours and 44 minutes. I couldn't believe it. Makes me look bad saying, you guys, wow, that's incredible. I was really impressed with her video about how she was using the portals and everything through the tarot cards and how she's very strong in that. When you find yourself through intelligence, you find what your force is, what your grand rising is, what your connection is to humanity, what your resonance is, what your activation is, what your codes are, how to use my chakra information, how I can help you out, how it can guide you, how it can heal you. So I was really, really impressed with Starseed last night. She went over 3 hours. That's a record. That's a record, right, for anybody in the rebellion force team. So because I think the most I've ever that I've gone is basically, I think, over 4 hours, 4 hours of video. So, I mean, that's a lot of, not filtering yourself. And it just comes in. The intelligence just boom, 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 right? And there's no hesitation because you kind of know what you're going to say. And that's the most beautiful thing. You stop scratching your head and then you start thinking and you just look at the atmosphere, and all of a sudden you just, oh, wait, now I remember what I was going to say. So when the intelligence comes in, it's going extremely fast through positions or anything that direction. So today I want to talk about more how we get into perceptions, illusions, to really understand the colorations of planets and its positions. There's a lot of things that you guys have to understand when you see perceptions of division to locations, to anything to vortex or anything to acceleration or anything to mocking location positions. I put you guys on so many trips and locations. There's also too where there's a video about where we see a YouTube seeing a plasma energy. It's a web graph location. It's a wall interference. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why they're in the sky surface around the city. Truly understand what alien information is. You actually see it, right? When you blow it up, you zoom it in, you always see everything. So you want to communicate with the eye, you have to screen it in. You have to bring it in, right? And do the videographing system through calculation. But before that, I like to get more of the understanding. Everything that you're seeing right now, okay, is an illusion through perception. Okay, so it's truly understanding the sight scenes of everything that's going on right now. Once you understand how to open the mind, that's communication. Once you understand how to open the eyes, that's communication. Once you know how to open up the heart, that's communication. Once you know how to open up the soul, that's communication. But everything is done within. Okay, it's all done within, not without. You can't see without through perception, the mind, heart, or soul. Okay, it will not identify its intelligence. Okay, so the important thing is to understand, for example, the sun is purple, right? But does anybody know what color the moon is? Moon surface? Let's take a guess. Take a guess, what color do you think the moon is? And then you take another guess on what you think Mars is. What's the color of Mars? Remember, you have to see it through perception, right? And everything is illusion through digital, through simulation. So understanding your illusory, understanding illusions, understanding holographic. The whole world that we live in is a digital holographic system. So our calculation modification is trying to get balance with its vibration of its atmosphere system. So it's truly understanding everything through gravities. You ground yourself, you go into your powers, and then you go into anything through its atmospheric. Yeah, atmospheric atmosphere through its connection to its oxygen levels. So basically, understanding your particle system is the most important thing, right? Before we get started, it's kind of like when you look at the atmosphere, everything is perception, okay? And it's all laser direction, whatever you want to look at. So if you focus on it, right, and your intelligence knows what it is, it's going to go in and out, right? It's going to go like this, right? Because now it's communicating with you and it says, okay, what do you want? And then boom, comes out of its equation. And then you see it for what it is. Then you see it in the simulation, and then you see it disappear, but it's still there in the proactive system. So back to the moon. Moon is everything through calculation. It's a digital frame through a simulation. It core divisions to everything our program setting. It gets us up in the morning and puts programs in our mind system to truly understand. So the energy goes in, but it's you. What you have to do is to understand, how do I do these things? How do I get in position to, okay, I got my program setting. Okay, so what do I do now? What is my rhythm? What is my pattern? What is my coloration? What is my light? What are my psychops divisions? How am I calculating, modifying anything through calculation? Right. So you're going to see a lot of archetypes come in location, because I'm servicing through the moon. And try to understand what color the moon is. Try to really, really focus on that. And what you see is what you want to see, but it's all an illusion. Okay, so when I see the sun itself is not really there. It's holographic. It's a perception of an illusion of a simulation. So you have to understand it's a reflection. Okay, so you've seen it. I'll do an illustration, but it's like this. So you see it in this atmosphere, right? You look at that perception, but you have to realize that it's reflection from up here, from space. So there's a laser direction that's coming down, right? And it's keeping the rotation of the sun, okay? The yellow sun, okay? And everything around the solar system is going like this, okay? So everything in reflection. So when you're actually seeing the sun, you're actually seeing it in space. This here is just a reflection. So it's a projection, what you see through radiation, because the sun is not really there. It's just a holographic. It's like I'm holographic. So for me, there's a laser directed right to my planet position, okay? And it's beaming down on me. And I'm telecommunicating, and transferring communications to your life systems, teleportating through vortex locations. So it's really interesting how you see these things. You guys, how's everybody doing so far? Yeah, the webs are incredible. I'll tell you exactly what they are. They're energetic waves of transferring web interference, and they're wall connections. They are connected to the wall graph systems. We use those for planetary of communications, interforce of walls. So it's high energy force, right? There's a reason why you see them moving, right? They're like that. So you have to understand intelligence, what it is. It's not just anything through intelligence, through a structure looks like a human or anything kind of, some kind of form, right? But it's really understanding what it's doing. Why is it like this? Okay, why is it like this? Okay, why is it changing its position? Why is it changing its direction? Why is it changing its division? Why is it changing its code system? So why is it changing its lights? So truly understanding what it's doing. Okay, it's lacing the lines of a wall interception. Okay, so it's disrupting the atmosphere locations. That's why it's there. Okay, so basically it's correcting everything. But when you see something in the atmosphere, they know exactly what they're doing. It's coming from space, and everything is modified through perception, right? So everything is controlled by its planet system, and that's what that plasma things are all around. It's all line communicated through alignment, right? And it's got lasers that are connecting to these plasmas, and it's being controlled by the planet. Okay, and intelligences are controlling the planet through its computers and operation systems. Everything has a controlling system. Okay, so just imagine you have those plasmas that come in direction, and they go in spot locations, hot spots, right? So they center core positions in the atmosphere systems, and they change the direction of its electronic interference. Okay, so it's all about taking the dark atmosphere out. That's why they're set in positions. We have electrical fences, we have electrical defenses, we have security line fences of dimensions, so web graphing, location, wormholes. There's a lot of things that we have that's connected, right? So we set up its operation system to a planet location position, and we use a code frequency level through its acceleration, because it mocks in so many divisions of dimensions through connections of the coloration system. So how's everybody doing so far? Dina, Tina, Jasmine's, yeah, I know. And see, that's the thing. She's the only one that has done, 3 hours and 44 minutes. Okay. So I was very impressed last night. I mean, she was focused, she was determined, she was aware of what she was doing. Her eye contact was there. And that's what you guys want. When you present yourself well, okay, it looks good on you, right? And everybody sees you for who you really are. Because I was connecting. See, the thing is, I have to make sure I go to you guys to make sure you know what you're doing, right? So it's important you understand everything through portals and everything through tarot cards. I'm just looking out for you guys as you're looking out for me. So we're looking out for each other. That's the most important thing. I can't send a core your positions and you open up a tarot card to a realm division through a planet that's on a dark system. Okay, because you're going to send energy of dark energy waves to humans. We can't do that, right? Through connections. So, but I was very impressed, and the energy was powerful. Okay, Starseed's energy is powerful through her serpent, and I was connecting through intelligence. But the one thing you guys have to remember is the fact that you only have the structured face. You got to get the tail, and you got to get the body frame. So you got to get the whole part, okay, of its system. You got to get the body activation. You got to get the AI vessel. You guys are just structure of a face right now. So when it goes to the radiation, you see it through connections, right? Anything through Tina, anything through Jasmine, where you actually see the serpent, where you actually see the rebellion of its face. You guys already know what mine looks like through the eye receptors. Okay, you actually see my identification. Now, when you become everything through formation, it all resembles the light formation system. Remember, the sun is just a holographic. It's not really there. Okay, the actual sun is in space. If the actual sun was in the atmosphere system, it would burn up the earth. We already know that, right? So you have to understand why it changes colors. You have to understand why it's a magnetic force. Same with the moon. Okay. Now, did anybody catch up what the moon is? What color the moon is? Just take a guess. Just take a guess what the color of the moon is. And Mars. Curious. I want to see if your intelligence is kicking in. All right, so basically, as we start in with perception, I'm going to go through the waving cycles right now through connection here. All right, so this is me in dimension. Okay, now as you see me, I'm just a holographic to you guys. Okay, so it's truly understanding. It's hard to understand these things because you're in the physical system, but you're holographic of light. That's all you are through reflection. And that's why it's so powerful, because you're grounded through its information. Now you understand your powers. Now you understand your atmospheres of your intelligence through coloration. Okay, so it's really understanding everything is an illusion, okay, to a holographic system of reflection, everything that you see. Okay, so the higher you go, the more you see through calculation. All right, so this is me in division. Now, I'm just showing you. Okay, so that's me, right? Now, everything has its direction through location. All right, so we'll go into this position here, into calculation here. Change the waving cycle positions. All right, so this is the perception, right? Okay, so basically, when you see the sun, okay, you see it through the crown chakra, okay, like this. Okay, now this is interesting because when you see it, the reason why it's yellow, does anybody know why it looks like yellow? Does anybody understand why it's yellow? Because it's a gravity set through powers of the atmosphere system. Recalculates, modifies. It's all oxygen levels. So basically, it's a perception that everybody wants to see through calculation. It's just a holographic sun. It's not really there in position. Okay, it's next to impossible to actually have the sun in position of the atmosphere. It's just holographic. So basically, as you see it in perception, okay, because it's purple, right? This is the actual where you see it through connection. So it's in the atmosphere system, like this. Okay, so the sun is actually over here in space. And it's just telegraphing communications down into right here. See? The sun is actually in space. Okay? That's a holographic of the sun. So it's just a reflection. It's a shadow reflection of a holographic sun. That's all it is. Yeah, it's a coloration fluctuation. Yeah, exactly. Very good, Tina. So you use your crown chakra, all right, through connections, modifies everything, circle rotates everything, right? Goes to the mind system like this through calculation, right? It opens up your channel rotation centers, your power centers, and everything through your atmosphere system through calculation. Okay? So it's really interesting how we see these things, but you see it for what it is, right? So when you go up higher, you see a different color, you see a different upgrade, and you see different knowledge of intelligence. Okay, so that's what everybody sees through perception, right? They see this. When you're a 3D system, this is what you see through calculation, right? But you have to remember, it's just a holographic system. The communication is actually up in space. Is that line signal? Okay, so it's just a reflection. Okay, the sun is in space and it's reflecting down into the atmosphere of the Earth. And it's setting up a circle rotation center, a geometry set system to an allocated position. And it shows so many colorations. And it sends off energy waves through radiation. So that's why we have E fields, right? So we don't get burned, right? If you stand outside, depending where you are through vibration, that's how the sun reads you, is through frequencies and vibrations and energy, right? And everything through coloration. So it automatically goes into your perception divisions of your body framing system. Calculation modification system goes into the brainwave system like this, okay? So as it's going into reflection, you understand your E fields. You have to understand why people get burned. So what do? We put cream on, right? So we don't get burned. But if you don't put your E fields up, you can get burned, right? So if you put your E fields up and you're connected to the sun through its intelligence, you won't have any problem because now you're protecting your body holographic system through calculation. Okay. So basically, if your perception goes up and you go through another upgrade, the sun changes its coloration. Okay, so it's always reading through you through information. And again, it goes into your body system, it radiates everything, and it puts up in another energy field location. And this is how you get your rainbow location positions. Okay, that's how you keep guys going and keep going up. And again, if you understand your locations, it goes into red, goes into the mind system, goes up into another energy system to a rainbow location position, like this, through calculation. Okay, so now you're turning into a rainbow, and it's all connected through your water. Now you understand why you're contained between 67-70% of water, right? So it protects everything through your flesh. It protects everything through your skin. But you have to understand, every time you go through an upgrade, your perception of your eye receptors change coloration. So it's a reflection of you through rotation, through holographic system, through connection. So if you're a holographic system, that sun rotation will show its true color. And its true color is purple. Okay? So, pretty fascinating, isn't it? It's all holographic. It's just a laser beam that's beaming down to the sun. That's all it is. The sun is not in the atmosphere. It's in space. So, you guys probably already knew that, but I just want to make sure. I want to give that to everybody because it's very powerful how we come into those involvements. And everything's connected to your planet positions too, right? So look at this one more time. You can screenshot that. Now, also too with the moon, everything through calculation is truly understanding everything. Okay, I'm getting communications here. Okay, so, all right. So I'm going to do the same reflection, holographic system of me through calculation. Once you understand your positions of yourself, the traveling, then you understand everything, the coloration and lights. Colors, lights, and activation is everything to the sun, is everything to the moon, is everything through Jupiter, and is everything to yourself, which is the Earth. You are the Earth. Why do you think you can communicate with everything through space and time? It's because the earth is communicating to the sun. You are the earth. You understand? You have to understand that because you're living on the earth. You're in space, but your dimensional system inside is the earth. Okay? So hopefully you guys get a little bit more understanding that through communication and perception and everything through vortex and everything, acceleration, marking, location, positions, because everything is done through a code, right? If I want to send an energy waving patterns to anything through interference, I have to set up the codes and change colorations to its reflection of its sun. Okay? So when I see it through perception and I go through my upgrades, oh, my intelligence is truly understanding what's going on now through calculation. And now I'm going through a green cycling rotation. So you're actually going to see the reception of the sun green because it's a reflection of you through perception. Because now you're connected to your holographic system. Okay? So that's what happens when you go through reflection. It changes the coloration. And you are connected through its vibration. Because the sun does reading information systems through your vibration systems, energy and its frequencies. So it does tone division, it does acceleration tones, it does key phrasing tones. There's a lot of things you guys have to understand when you come into the simulation pattern, location, positions. Okay? So does anybody know what color the moon is? Ah, very good, Galactica. Very good. It is. It's blue. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Very good. It's not gray. It's blue. Excellent. Very impressed, Galactica. You're connecting through my mind. I like that. See, when you guys get the right color, you're connecting to your commander. That's what I want through teleportation. All right, so it's blue. Okay. So this is the moon through connection. Triangle divisions, locations, positions, right? So this is the moon through calculation. Coloration system here. Okay, so it's going to go in here, this connection system here. Okay. This is the color of the moon. Okay, remember, it's not just one color. It's radiation cycles of all connections to the galaxy universal core system. Every planet is in position of alignment of coloration. The sun rotation center of its radiation cycle has over 3,000 colorations. Okay? So you have to understand why it changes everything in the holographic system. So it's kind of like blinking lights, right? It's like, and it's connecting through lasers. So the laser is going down, it's setting its system, and that's where you get a high rise and a low rise, and that's where you get a sunset and a sunrise. Okay? So understanding that through perception is truly understanding everything through rotation. Okay? So it's truly what's going on in space. How is this all connected? Right? So when the sun goes up, the moon is down, but the moon is always in alignment. So it's kind of like this through connection. So you show you connection line systems here through projection. Okay. So we get a connection like this, right? Lock and key, location, direction. Now we got you got the moon surfacing right now. Okay, now you only see it through perception if you're extremely high rise to location through its intelligence, because the actual color of the moon is blue, but it's got thousands of different colorations because it's connected to you through the holographic of the simulation. So you have to understand energy, frequency, vibration is one line division. So you got to separate the three, okay, into line communication of the point center, which is you through your clock commutative systems of traveling through your dimensions, 3 portals and its codes. Okay. So as you get in a position like this through calculation, a center coords everything through direction, location, positions. All right. So basically, the sun radiates in so many levels of grounds. Okay. So you have to send a circular rotation of space. Okay, circular rotation of solar systems, circular rotations of wings, anything through lines, anything through ring spans, anything through dimensions, anything through portals and circles and rotations. So space has its way of knowing what it's doing. So that's what humans have to get into, is to see themselves in a new direction, of a new perception, of a new way of looking at things. Okay, close up. Not far, close up. That's the whole point. So when you're looking close up, you're looking within. if you're going back, you're looking without. And that's the problem with humanity, is because they're always doing objective, okay, and not thinking of the subjective. So the truly understanding is everything through is reverse. So it's inverted and not extroverted. Okay. Everything through communication is in, not out. Okay, with the mind, the heart, and the soul. Everything through perception, everything through voicing, everything through ears. Now the sonar, anything through that connection, you come into illustration or anything through digital frames or anything through Vega or anything through letters or anything through that shape, is truly understanding the sounds. So it's truly getting connections and how far it's going through traveling mechanism systems, because it goes in the mainframe system. Okay, so you're allocated on the galaxy location of a missile site division of 0.68321. So you're activating, okay, so I just calculated and modified that planet position to its right coloration system to its planet of its rotation system. So in calculation, I got the number frequency level through illustration, the ground location positions, and everything through acceleration and mocking location position. It gets complicated. It gets really complicated when you come into traveling positions, guys. But we start off through calculation. So you got the moon. Moon is here. Okay, and the circle rotation center. Everything modifies, and so it's kind of like a circle here and one here, like this and like this. Okay, so it goes around. So as it goes around, the central system and the calculation system goes through calculation. So the moon integrates location positions to the sun. Okay, so a circle rotates like this through calculation. Okay, so as it's circularly rotating, this is what it's doing through its symbols, through structures, everything. So it's also, again, it's going around its clock. It's going faster, 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 faster. So as you see the holographic of anything through the moon at night or anything through the sun during the day, it's extremely fast through rotation. Okay, and it's all connected to human vibration through coloration, through perceptions, because everybody sees different color. And that's how it's connected to your rainbow. So basically, the sun will read your rainbow divisions through your plasma, which is your water containments inside your hydraulic system. The hydraulics and it's everything through its connection is its magnetic force. So now it's connecting to your heat signature patterns through location. Now you get into positions when you come into 7020 to that location, right? So you got to start reading heat signatures, patterns to human vibrational system, to the body activation system, to its location. All right, so as we come into the sun, okay, the sun is, so when it's mixed in with the moon through activation or anything through communication, it is a different coloration system, okay? So this is truly understanding what happens in space, okay? All right, so I'm going to show you exactly when you mix colors together. So truly understanding why the moon is communicating with the sun. So it has to understand, okay, it's going through circular rotation. And when you go to different atmospheric location positions, it's in its dimension. So you understand everything through the moon and everything through the sun travels through vortex. It has to go through dimensions, right? So when you fly to Canada or you fly here, you're going to see the sun, you're going to see the moon in different positions, but you'll see it in different coloration, right? So it kind of goes like this through calculation, right? So as it's spinning on its location positions, the moon crosses its position, comes into electronic interference, okay? So as it's communicating, right, it goes back into the interference location, into the sun rotation center, to its position. Okay, when it goes into sun's rotation, it comes in a full circle rotation, right? So the moon goes up at night and the sun goes down. Okay, that's why you guys see a sunrise, okay, and a sunset. So you have to understand everything through calculation is modified through electricity, magnify everything through calculation. Truly understanding that everything is done in space, okay? Everything that you see in the atmosphere is a holographic of the sun and the moon through calculation, okay? You can't have the moon's surface in the atmosphere system. Okay, that will overload your program settings of your human vibrational system, right? So everybody you'd be misinformed. So your interception loads would be offloading and all your security levels and all that would be miscalculated, and the calibration centers would off-wire your signals, and everything through the gravity system, everything the powers would disconnect everything through your vibrational panels. So you truly have to understand everything through calculation, how everything comes together through an alignment. So as it's going through its dimension, it changes colorations. Okay, so basically, if you're traveling and you're in a plane, you're going 800 knots, okay, and you see the sun, okay, the higher you go above the clouds, right? Planes can only go a certain position. They can't go any higher past the A levels, right? They can't go any higher because the plane will implode, right? So basically, understanding that through speed location is understanding how fast everything goes through modification, through integration, because everything through the moon and everything through the sun is always going through its circulation, right? And that's how it changes coloration of space and time through positions. So it goes like this, and it goes like this, and like this, okay? Same thing with the solar systems, like this. And then you got planets in position, right? So you have the yellow sun, okay? And then you got the earth and all that, right? But everything is holographic. So everything rotates, okay, through its dimensions. So as the sun comes in, right? This is really interesting. It's morning. The sun comes in, it has a full reflection. The holographic system of the sun comes in through coloration and sets into the atmosphere of its oxygen levels. Okay, this is all connected to the heat signatures when it comes into climates. This is where it comes into weather. Okay, now when I took out Lori's fire, I'll show you how I did that. I did that through the sun and the moon. Okay, you can't just have the sun, you have to have the moon. The moon is the program, the sun is the radiation, and then you use your weather. All right, so it's understanding how to use your hand interference, how to use the dimensional earth, okay, how to use everything through calculation, right? The intent, dimensional earth, okay? You got basically everything through calculation, right? You got the water and you got the air, right? So I do it through the mind system, but I do it through weather, through atmospheres, right? So you have to understand, if there's an extremely high fire, depending how high it is in the atmosphere system, now you got smoke, right? And you get these firemen that come in and they start spraying it with water, but you see it goes up higher, right? So all they're doing is putting flame to flame. You have to understand everything through moisture of grass is oil. So if you strain oil, if you take oil and you line signal it, the fire just and it just keeps going and spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads. So it's moisture. So it's understanding how to take the moisture out of the air, right? So you have to use a tunnel. You have to understand the weather, okay, through it's hot and cold, okay? So you have to understand how to do these things in space, because everything is calculated, modified through the sun and the moon, okay? And then use the gravity system of the earth. So that you got the sun, you got the moon, and you got the earth in a triangle division. You put it in a dimensional system. You change the weather pattern, location, positions. Now, everything through the sun and moon has its rotation of a code. That code activates everything through the center. That changes everything and puts out all the fires through connection. That's all connected to the atmospheres, okay? The four atmospheres, the four elements, you know? So this is really interesting because, you know, you guys have to understand that everything that you see is just a holographic. That's all it is, okay? So yes, the moon is blue. Does anybody know what color Mars is? This is extremely complicated, but truly understand everything through the metrics, understand the geometry, understanding the quantum physics, quantum mechanics, quantum atmospheres, getting into calculation, get into modification, get integration, get into calculation, get into modulation, get into simulation, get into codes, get out of its equation, you know, get into calibration, you know. You have to understand how to do these things through intelligence because everything is coordinated in chronological order, okay? So it's really important to understand these things, how you take these things out with the fire, okay? Or even water. Let's say there's a flood in some places. There's a tsunami, okay? Now, the reason why there's a tsunami is because everything through the Earth rotation is cracking on its surface. Now, you understand everything through vibration. It gets center points division. You can have two oceans put together through calculation. So you got the Arctic and you have the Mediterranean. Put them together, right? Big, humongous waves, right? So it's all about two oceans coming together, all connected to the atmospheres of space. Everything is space and time, okay? It has its positions through calculation. All right, so as we get into those positions, the circle rotation center changes everything to location position, like this, okay? So as you see, it goes down. It's kind of like, it's like a wheel. So center its position. This is what happens through calculation. It goes like this. Everything is clockwise. Okay. So as the sun goes down, the moon goes up. Okay. And vice versa. Okay. So that's how it goes. Right. Understanding everything through the moon and everything through the sun. Okay. So it goes around and round, right? Circle and circle. So it goes like this, goes like this. So this keeps the gravity system going, right? This keeps the rotation of it going through the center of space. It center points its position, but everything in it is done in the center core system. And it's all activated through the magnetic force and highway information system, like here, right, at the top. Okay, and then you have the gravity system at the bottom. Okay, that center coordinates its position like this through calculation. Center coordinates its position like this through a center position. Okay, so that's how you're able to get the sun and the moon into traction positions all the time through calculation, right? So it's pretty powerful, isn't it? Yeah, it's like the Merkabah, yeah. No, Mars is not gray. No. No, Mars is not gray. Grayish? Nope. Truly understand perception, what you're seeing through location, through vibration. Remember, it's energy, frequency, and vibration put into one on thousands and thousands of galaxy locations. Everything through the galaxy universe and everything through calculation is modified through a planet position. And that's why you get 3,000, 5,000 different colorations of lights. Okay? Because it plays on you through human vibration, through its reflection, all of its holographic system. Okay? So when you know how to do these things, and you put your hand up in the atmosphere, and you can move the clouds, you can change the dark clouds into white, you can change the clouds into dimensions of portals, but you have to understand your intelligence. So if the cloud understands you as intelligence, then it sees you for its vibration. It sees you as a coloration. It sees you as a light, right? So everything that you see is intelligence. So imagine you're in a digital frame and you're changing your positions. You're kind of like, Nintendo, and you're playing with the buttons and all that. You're doing this and you're doing that. You're trying to figure it out, right? You're playing your game for the very first time. So you're trying to work this, you're trying to work that, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with intelligence. So you're trying to get your balance with your intelligence with everything through its holographic system of a simulation. Okay? So anything through modification, through coloration lights, is everything through protection, right? So the actual color of Mars is dun, da, da, da. Drum roll, please. All right. It is, here we go. So excited. It is the color of anticipation here. Red. Ah! There's a reason why everything has a color. Okay? But you have to understand, Mars has got thousands of color. It's an amazing gravitational pull. It's connected to its Earth. Okay? So understanding everything through calculation is understanding everything through modification, everything through integration, and why it forms into divisions. So everything is aligned through coloration, through its reflection of its holographic system. And everything is in direction of center position of you, right? Through perception. Okay? So basically, when you actually see anything through gray, you actually see this here, right? So it's all about different views of what you see. Different colors, okay? Now, when you mix colors together, what happens? You see it differently, right? You're seeing it through different perceptions. So it's all about mixtures and everything through connection. So it's truly understanding when you're going through perceptions and you're going through higher location positions, this is you through perception, right? Now, you won't see the full coloration of Mars until you understand its intelligence of its planet system, until you understand its coloration of its lights, until you understand its civilization, until you understand its planet location position. And then you see the true color and why it's red, why it's purple, why it's blue. Okay? So we start off with this, right? So you go from here, right, to this connection, right? And then you work your upgrades, okay, to this, to calculation, right? And then you work your way up to this, to calculation, okay? And then you work your way up to this, to calculation, okay? So it's all connected through vibration, coloration, and light skies. That's all it is. And everything that you see right around you is a holographic of an illusion. When you get into the simulation, everything disappears. For a purpose, for a reason, truly understanding you're extremely, extremely high rise. And then everything human through 3D sees you as a blip. You're like a screen. It's like you're in and out. They see you, but they see also your light. They can't explain it what they see, but they won't interact with you because you're too high in vibration. You're too high in calculation. You're too high in coloration. You're too high in lights. You're too high in intelligence. And you're too high on knowledge. Okay? So, every time I go into a market, you got to put your laser recognition systems, the eye, you look in and all that, and they do this and all that. I walk right by. They don't touch me. They don't touch me. I'm too high in vibration. I just go right by them, right? So you're a blip to them. You're like a screen of a blip. It's like they can't see you, right? Because you're extremely high in positions. So when your mind goes higher and your body goes higher, what does that say? What does that say to humans that are in three-dimensional system, right? They won't understand you through intelligence. So truly understanding the psychological system of AI, which is your vessel, that's truly understanding who you are in all ways and forms through coloration, lights, and activation. And the things that you can do to the mind system is astronomical. Astronomical. Okay? So, an amazing thing is because you can do anything through creation and you can do anything through destruction. Now, when you do destruction, you have to do recreation. And it comes back into something beautiful, something amazing. It's like you put one atom this way, one atom this way, boom, you got the Big Bang Theory. And that's not the name of it, too. It's not called the Big Bang Theory. Okay? It's the revolution of the Earth. So, truly understanding everything through modification, through calculation, gives everything through its division. But the most important thing you have to understand now in the fifth dimensional anything calculation is to put yourself into your lights out protection, right? But that's what happens when you go through upgrades. You go from this to this to this to this. Really powerful. Okay? But it's fascinating when you come into these positions, right? Okay? Everything is a holographic of its reflection of you through perception. So it's a mirror image. So it's like a mirage. You see it, but it's holographic. And it's reflecting from space. And that's why it's so powerful, because it's connecting. So it's kind of like, right? And then you got the Earth rotation. And you get the archetypes, right? That's what's going on in space, right? And then you got their circle rotation. It's really fascinating when you see these things. When it comes into this position through calculation, all right, the circle rotation, right? And then you got the moon. That's what it sounds like, right? And the sun has a. So you blend those in together, and then you got coloration. Then you get circular rotation and rotation, right? So as it's going, right? So the moon comes up, right? Stays in position, and then it has a reflection. It sends off a reflection. That's why you see it bright white, right? But you never see the full size of a 3D of the moon. You only see the one side. So you kind of like, people ask me, is the Earth flat? It says no. It's holographic, right? It's three-dimensional, but it's not three-dimensional. That's another thing you guys have to get out of your head. It's not three-dimensional. It's everything through-dimensional, which is the simulation. So when you get up to 0 point of tracks and positions to anything through that calculation, now you're at its speed. Now you're at its acceleration. Now you're at its coloration. And now you're at its lights through provision, through intelligence. Okay? So truly understanding the sounds of the moon, truly understanding the sounds of the sun, truly understanding the sounds of Vega, anything through Mars, anything through Mercury, okay, is extremely powerful. Because now you're connecting to the holographic system of what it really is through perception. Okay? So, but it's pretty incredible when you see something like this, right? How it's put in positions. Everything is done in space. Okay? So, I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but it's pretty amazing how everything is laser recognition of a holographic system, right? It's a projection. So you have the sun up here, and it's just reflecting to the Earth. That's all it's doing. And it shows you a circle rotation. And the geometric system, remember I did that through calculation. I changed the coloration, I changed the shape anomaly, and I changed the positions of its dimensions to its portal activation system. Trying to understand how to communicate the coloration of the sun. So it's understanding how to communicate with thousands and thousands of colorations of patterns. Because the sun resembles on so many levels of atmospheres through oxygen levels of different country location positions. Okay, the sun is in different positions of what you see through perception, right? So when you're looking at the atmosphere, whoa, the sun is red. That's where you are through vision, through your intelligence. You're not seeing it yellow because you understand your operating system through intelligence. So you travel further and further, and then you say, whoa, the sun is purple. Now you're seeing the coloration, right? And now it takes you to a higher location. And then you see 3,000 coloration symbols to its sun position. Everything that you see is nothing but digital. That's all it is. It's a digital screen. Okay? It's a videographic perception of a TV reception of you through resolution. Okay? A mirror resolution through a holographic system of you to the simulation. Okay? That's why when we go on trips, I tell you, okay, don't touch this, wait, hold on a sec. Security line defense is coming into location positions, change track into location positions, center point calculation system. My triangle division is coming in through spacecraft location positions. I'm changing line communications, laser recognition comes in. Moon algorithm system program setting is connecting right now through sun interface. Sun interface is going through coloration system, activating my body activation system. Okay, it's all communication, guys. That's how you get balance with everything, through vibration. All right. So I think it's fascinating when you see these things, you know, and especially you learn a lot too when you travel to planets because it puts you in a better position of who you are, okay, through intelligence. Okay. Really, really get into adaptations of everything through a planet and its intelligence. Really get to know yourself more, right? And you have to do that through the mind, the heart, and the soul. And everything through communication is within. We already know that, right? So, and the thing is, too, when you come up to higher levels, remember you have to know your strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Just do you feel like, okay, I feel comfortable, but I'm not sure. Should I use the tarot cards? Because you're at a level right now where you're trying to understand yourself more. Don't use a tarot card if you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Your intelligence will know what to do. It'll say, no, you're not ready to use the tarot cards. You're not at that position. You're not that level. I see a lot of light workers. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. So you have to truly understand it's a portal and it's going through a time and you're seeing it through visual. You're seeing it through a figure. Okay. So truly understanding that I don't have to use tarot cards. I know what they are. Okay. But my position gives you everything through formation, right? So let's say you have a tarot card right here through connections, right? This is a tarot card. So you have to understand what it is, right? So you got a figurine system here, calculations. Okay, you got a sword coming down through position. Okay. And basically you got the sun over here through calculation. Okay. And over here you got a mountain. Okay. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean when the sword is down? What does it mean when you have a mountain? What does it mean when you have the sun? What does this all mean? Truly understand it's a portal, right? So to understand the portal, you have to understand your psychometric system of yourself through connection. You got 4-point divisions. Okay. You already know that, right? So truly understanding everything through portal defense, it opens up its portal right away through calculation as soon as you go to your voice and pattern through connection. Right. So now you're communicating to its tarot card. So anything down, okay, is not good. It has to be up because your point division level system, your chakra system goes up, it doesn't go down, right? So that's in a down rotation center through calculation. When you see yourself, depending wherever you're facing, let's say you're in position right here through calculation, and you're looking at the sword, okay? Or if you're looking at the sun, you have to understand everything through its resemblance. You have to understand everything through its story frame. So when you look at a tarot card, try to understand its portal. So it's kind of like understanding the reading information system of a crystal. You have to heal it, right, before you can use it. Same thing with tarot cards, okay? You can't go to a store and pick up a tarot card if you don't understand it because it's a deck, right? There's like 52, cards in a deck. So basically you can use playing cards. I can use the ace and all that. I can take that out of its equation and put it into a division location of the coloration system. You don't actually have to have a tarot card. I can do anything, but you have to understand the mind system first through balance. So when you get balanced with the tarot cards and it becomes a portal, and then you understand the position why the sword is coming down. Okay. So it's a downwind system through calculation. So it's in depression mode system. So it's kind of like stabbing down, right? Not up, it's down. So understand the positions when it comes into, submerged systems. Why is the sword down? Okay, you have the sun, but it's not shining. Or you have the perception, I'm looking down at the grass, or I'm looking at the atmosphere. So truly understand the tarot card and what it's doing through its story frame. Okay? So it's a lot of fun when you get into tarot cards. But there's a lot of occult there. There's a light, and there's a lot of dark. So understand your research, okay, first of your intelligence before you read anything through a tarot card. It's important you guys understand these things, okay, especially if you want to get in position, because not everybody can do a tarot card, okay? So you truly have to understand your intelligence through communication. It's not you, the physical system, that's speaking, it's your intelligence. And that's why you can go hours and hours and hours and hours and talk and talk and talk and talk and have no filter, right? Human vibration can only handle so long to a certain level of its intelligence because you have to understand the connections you're having through its intelligence. You can be communicating with 50 intelligence, just like that, and you wouldn't even know it. But if you know it, then you understand it through communication, right? So it's very important when you come across tarot cards, you know what you're doing, right? Anything through its position of its code, all right? Coming into the Arturian or anything through councils or anything to that. Trying to understand when you see a face, what does it mean? What is it doing? How's it reacting? Is it looking up? Is it looking down? Is it looking across? You have to understand everything that's going on with that story frame of its tarot card before you channel out. Because remember, once you open the portal, it's going into the human's brainwaves of the transformation light. Okay? And they say, okay, what just happened? Ooh, energies went right into me. What is that? Automatically changes your brainwaves. Right? So either your intelligence goes up or your intelligence goes down. Okay? So that means you have dark energy force system that has to come out. Okay? So I just wanted to give that to everybody. It's important to understand that tarot cards have to go to people that are basically, they understand their intelligence fully and completely through its realm. Okay, it's a realm, it's a portal, it's a code. But you have to understand, these figures come out of position. Remember I was telling you about the connections of the mummy, how it came at me right away through the book? Let's just say this is the book, right? So it was coming out like this in position. I was telling, it was looking at me, trying to figure out, oh, then found, oh, I know who he is, right? So they know they can't touch me. It goes back into the book. And I realize, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mummy back into the tomb. So if you know how to do this, that's very powerful. But you have to understand the history and everything through the ancestry when it comes to the Egyptians and the pharaohs, right? That's where I came into the chakra system. I created my own simulation to the chakras, right? The pharaohs created the chakra system. The meridians is connected to you through your particle system. This is where you come into heat signatures of colorations of vibration, okay? So you're a meridian status through intelligent line signal, through dimension, through a portal, okay? So basically, that's pretty much your true name, okay? Truly understand your intelligence, because everybody is information, but what you come out of your transmission light, you are a meridian. So it's understanding your meridian of your particle system, getting out of the biochemical system to its structural location, to its dimensional system of its meridian, which is particle system. Then you understand everything through its galaxy positions. Okay. Remember I was telling you about when you go through vortex, how you go from here to here to here. You're coming into plasma, you got communications, and then you go into the orb, and now you go into the higher division location position. Now you're coming into the meridian cycle, the clocking mechanism system. Okay. So once you get that information, you get better calculations of yourself through modification. All right, so let's get into the test review and evaluations. Let's get all calculations to that. Now, we've got 70 rotation cycles. I want to get into 80. Okay, this basically understand more of your clocking mechanism system through calculation. All right, so this is the clock. Okay. Now, understanding dial tones, understanding tone division, understanding tone vision, understanding acceleration division, understanding the extensions of keyboard phrasing, location positions of your computer operation line system. Everything is modified and calculated through the brain, right? So the brain has full balance through the mind. Imagine how powerful that is through connection. All right. 6, 7. Calculation. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now, we've gone half around the cycle like this. Okay. We're coming into connections. All right. High forcing connections right now into 7 and 8 through position. Trying to get to that location. All right. So it's all about us going around the circle first. Once we go around the circle, then you get more into your light through activation color. So truly understanding, when you go into higher positions, it's like waking up for the very first time and you're trying to understand yourself through intelligence, trying to understand your chakra systems of 1 to 7. Whoa, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel so weird? Why am I dizzy? Why am I spinning? Why did I just drop? What's going on? Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing that? Your body, okay, is now in space. So that's why it's confusing for a lot of humans, is because they don't understand space and time. And this is where it comes into the clocking, through its division of its dimension, through its portal, through its code. So truly understanding your vibration, it goes higher or it goes lower through communication, right? So we have to get around the clock to 12 location. All right. The center point position is us through calculation. We know that, right? Now it's understanding when you go into division, you come out of the equation, right? So you come out of the equation. Okay. 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 Same thing. And once you go all the way around, very, very powerful. And that's what it looks like. Okay. So everything in the center point division system through calculation is your metric location to your spacecraft location. Okay. See the pyramid? Now, a coloring and system show you a different color through projection. Okay. So this is half of your spaceship. All right. So once you get in point division with 3, 6, and 9, okay. Once you center point division level system, you're coming into a line division location down here through fraction division location. Okay. So the faster you go, the more you create through a spacecraft position. So once you come into your diamond core, you're ready to blast off into space location. Okay. Center cross its position. Okay. The center cross, up and down, is your chakra formation. So this is where it gets really fascinating, because now you're getting up to 70, going into 80. 80 rotation centers of calculation. Center points everything through division. So you start with the grounds. Okay. Right. Then you start off with the powers. Okay. And then you start off with the atmospheres. Okay. Now truly getting into better positions of your traveling through location. You're setting up signal location patterns to its position of its clocking minute system. So the faster you go around the clock, the faster you can see more through its future and its recognitions. Okay. So we start off with this through calculation, right? You got a full diamond rotation to a spacecraft division. You got your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. Now you're telewaving, telecommunicating, teleenergy, teletransformation through activation. This is where you come into acceleration of Mach and speed positions, right? It gets extremely complicated because now you're coming into the simulation of the modulation. All right. So when you go through diffusing line signals, remember, you got to go into resurface, reframe, readjust, refocus, and realign. Okay. So I want to set my diamond core position on location positions of 12 location positions, track locations into a round location position to my planet position. All right. So basically, you're flying off in mechanism system. So it's going through its connection, going to higher speed location position, out of the atmosphere system. Okay. So you have taken off into space location. Okay. I'll color that in black so you can see it. Show you. This is what you have to do through calculation. Okay. Okay. So you started here. Once you get the gravity, power, and the atmosphere, you understand everything through your clock computer system. The faster you go through calculation, through division of dimension, then you understand everything through code. Okay. Because your operations center is the core system in you, but you have to understand your spacecraft division through acceleration. And then you come out of its realm location into space position, to your planet position or any other planet position. If you understand your alignments, you can go into the past, or you can stay in the present, or you go into the future, or you can go into the future, right? But it's truly understanding how do we get into mock locations? How do we get into 100,000 years in the future? How do we get into 500,000? How do we get into 1 billion years into the future? Right? You have to understand the soul recognition of you through spacecraft position, of your powers, gravities, and everything through connections. The power connection system is its operations center. So you're controlling it, everything through its soul. Everything through the ground formation is its connection to its earth. Even though you leave the earth, you're still connected to the earth because you got to come back, right, through code. And everything through the atmosphere system is calculated, modified through Father space. So you understand, once you leave the atmosphere system, you're going through its portal, through its realm hole. Realm hole, not wormhole. A realm hole is a galaxy division through location to its division. A wormhole is a dimensional setting to its position. Don't get confused. All right, so you're going through those connections. Now, I'll set it in green to location position like this. So it goes like this, like that, right? So when you go up in space really fast. See that line there? Go. You're in space, right? So, and this is what I mean. Well, okay, I want to change my triangle division location to my spacecraft position, go into basically the northwest center core system. So I changed my positions and I didn't go straight up. Okay, you would say straight up division location position, triangle division location. My acting cycle is core level system right now through its coordinates. And the quadrant level system is reaching vector core to my planet position. Okay, so you're going straight up, but I decided to go this way and not straight up. I mean, you can even go this way, right? Or you can go straight up. It's up to you. But it's truly understanding what you do with your spacecraft position of your gravities, powers, and atmospheres through its dimension of its realm. Okay? So I think it's fascinating when we get into these positions, more of our intelligence and how we create these things from scratch, right? Through its position. So, yeah, it has to make sense. Yeah, everything is fluctuation here constantly. Very good, Tina. I feel like I knew all this before age 6 and forgot growing up in South Africa. Nature, water, sun, and air I knew was connected to the planet and the sun and the moon. Well, very good. So Angie's getting a better understanding how to use her intelligence through perception and realize that everything out there is just a holographic, right, to its resolution. So it's a mirror resolution. That's all it is. All right. Thank you, Dina. I see many different coloration patterns, shapes, pixelization, energy weighting patterns. Very good. Charlie, how's it going? Any questions or comments? Great to see new people. You can go through my healing. I can put you up in your communications. I do a bioscan, and I put you in provisions of your central systems of 7 or 12 rotation centers of your atmosphere systems through calculation. I guess that's why some people just don't even perceive us. Yeah, that's very true, Charlie. Very true. Sometimes I just feel invisible among other people. Yeah. Well, because Charlie, you're already a light formation, but if you understand more of your calculation through your program setting, you can go through my healing program setting. I have a team that's in the rebellion, so feel free to, go up to that level if you'd like. I just scan you through location through your bioscans, and I find out where you are through the atmospheres. You can be in the stratosphere, you can be in the bio, anything through calculation, right? But it's pretty amazing how you feel invisible among other people because you're extremely high in vibration. And the thing is too is that this is where you start losing friends, but you start gaining friends. So you're going into a different circle rotation. You're going into a different vibration. You're going into a different calculation. You're going into a better position of who you are through direction. So you're getting out of the old system of friendship and getting to a new friendship of yourself. First, get involved with yourself. Find the inner self of you, right? Master yourself with the communication. And then you understand more of your intelligence signals. And then you're going to follow up with new friends and community system. That's what it's all about, right? The hardest thing to do is trying to figure out what is going on with you. How do I understand this? How do I understand that? Well, the first thing you have to understand is understand the mind and what it is. You have to understand the perception and what it is and what it does. You have to understand the ears, what it is, and what it signals. You have to understand the voice and grid, what it is and what it channels. Voice channels, voicing grids, grid formations, activation lights, communication lights, line signal lights, simulation lights, all connects through your body frame through your intelligence. Okay? Your mind collaboration center is information. Your ear defense is location to planet location positions, to anything through digital frame, a Vega. Your perception is everything through laser recognition system to coloration and lights and activation of vibration. Everything through your voice grid patterns is everything through your breathing. Okay, correlates everything to vision of dimension. You go. Powerful. Comes from up and out. It pushes everything out. Everything that is rising, that is dark, comes out. And that's why we have to breathe. If we don't breathe, everything combusts inside us. Your heart rotation system will be off cycle. Your mind collaboration system will be unsynchronizing system through calibration, through confusing line communication signals. Your eye reflectors are going to change positions. Your voice and grid pattern is going to change the positions. Okay, your soul recognition system isn't going to follow its path. And this is where you get into trapping locations of matrix positions. So breathing is number one, right? Trying to find the rhythm. Try to find that, like. Try to find different ways of breathing. Okay, get into fire. Fire. Okay, wind. Understand? You have to understand your elements. You have to understand your breathing elements. You have to understand your chakra system. You have to understand breathing of everything through calculation of your grounds. You have to get grounded first, but really get into your breathing. Breathing is everything. Get into your formations of your chakras of 7. Get into the calculations of Mother Gaia. Get into communications of your roots. Balance and security. It's red, right? Use your transmission light. Right? It goes into space because I understand the communication coloration, and it has a reflection, and it always communicates with the sun. It always communicates with the moon, and it always communicates with you with the earth, and it always communicates with you with Jupiter. Okay? Because that's the world we're coming into. We're coming in a digital technology system of simulation, singularity line communication. Okay? So it's all about understanding us more as a computer and not so much more less as a human, getting out of that traction and coming into our intelligence of our AI vessels. Okay? Awareness of information through perception or division or location or portal or activation or code, lights or colors. Okay? So you resemble on so many things, and then you come into your intelligence, you're looking at the atmospheres, or you're looking at the walls, and you say, whoa, I'm seeing stars, I'm seeing coloration, I'm seeing lights, I'm seeing line signals, I'm seeing singularity line patterns, I'm seeing my triangle division go to another location, I'm seeing intelligence coming in through walking locations, right? So it's understanding what you're seeing through perception. It's a holographic of a resolution pattern, which is connected to its TV reception. So everything that you see in front of you is laser direction, okay, to anything through planetary system of intelligence. Okay, and that's what it is. Once you get into your healing through me, you automatically go into your intelligence. And then you start seeing your hands and fingers and all that. And, oh, wow, I understand the lines now through communication. I understand my interference. I know how to use these. I know how to activate them. So it's all about intelligence, understanding the travels and the vortex and anything through vision, because you can travel from point view just by sitting down. Okay? So basically, if I center core position and I put an illustration of a diagram to anything to position, to a map location position, to my intelligence, I will vortex. And you guys will feel the vibration, right? Watch this. I just vortexed it, just like that. So I went, that's all I did. So trying to understand your intelligence, trying to understand your travel, trying to understand the sun, trying to understand the moon, try to understand the earth, try to understand Jupiter. You have to have all of those to connect with. every single day. That sets the programs of balance through the left and the right hemisphere. Now you got the grounds, now you got the powers, now you got the activation cycles of the atmospheres. Now it's all about putting your spaceship together into your diamond core position. So once you have a complete cycle through a diamond core position of a center core position, you can line graph it to its location of a cross-referencing system, open up the triangular location positions, go through the clock communication systems of 1 to 12, circle rotate the center communication signals through dimension of its portal. Put it in positions to a higher location position. That will put you into higher locations, into your holographic body framing system, okay, through your plasma energy systems. So I heard that all planets are suns and moons to the other realms. Some people don't really see us in their perception. It's strange and sad. It is very, very sad. When you see people for who they are, you actually see their connections of their soul. So it's kind of resembling, what do you see? What I see? What do you see through their perception? You see sadness, and it all connects to the body frame. It's a reaction. You don't even have to speak. Understanding intelligence is everything through formation, because intelligence don't speak. They use their mind telepathy through the brainwaving system. They know how to communicate through you, through perception, through coloration and lights. That's all you are to them through intelligence of vibration, to planet positions. Now, understanding three-dimensional system, understanding their behavior through the wire locations. Okay, you're depressed on so many levels through your soul recognition systems. You have no gravity system, you have separation through the mind system, and you have no collaboration through the map location. Now, that's extremely high information, isn't it? But it's all connected to electricity of division, isn't it? So it's truly understanding that this person has to get into better position of balance through its wire location of its chakras, through communication of its color and its lights, through its activation. The center point position is you. This takes you out of depression. This takes you out of anxiety. This takes you out of stress and puts you in a higher position through calculation. Okay? It opens up your program setting to everything through its resolution, realizing, oh, wow, now I know why that person is upset, why that person is angry, because I'm reading the information through scanning locations, right? So you understand what atmosphere they're in. You understand their timelines. You understand their behaviors. You understand their multiplications, where they are through location of division or anything through dimension. You understand their portal. You understand their code. You understand their lights, coloration, and everything through activation. Okay, that's powerful if you can read a human like that. If I center core positions and some human is standing in front of me, right, through connection, I will read it top to bottom, and I'll blow your mind away what I can do through wires. So it's truly understanding everything through connection of your negative system. It correlates in all locations of your planet position, which connected to its virus positions, because everybody's planet is a virus. It's taking the virus out through calculation, through your negative system of your thought recognitions. Okay, that's how I heal people. It's not just the body I heal your planet. Okay, so truly understanding that. Okay, because I started off doing a video where I did some meditation, mind over matter. It was really powerful. I did this with Melissa, and she couldn't believe what I did. I did mind telepathy like this, and the scan, the bones and everything, just went, and she said, "What did you do to me? I feel different." Bang. She woke up. It's like waking up. All of a sudden, you're woken up. The veils are revealed. The clarity of the light is in. It's in. The transformation is coming in. The coloration, the lights, the activation, the holographic, the perception, everything through pixelization is coming in. Your triangle is coming in for the very first time. So you're creating your own spaceship to fly through recognitions of vortex locations. Now you start off as your higher self through atmosphere, because that's what I started off through scanning planets. I thought that was weird. I like to backphrase videos, especially for new viewers, because you have to understand how powerful it is when you come into positions of your higher self. And then when you come into higher positions of an avatar. And then when you understand your avatar, you get into your computers. And then you hear things, and then you hear, you're changing location positions, and then you go, so when you understand more of your intelligence, this is where you get more connection of balance. And you're hearing this through vibration. You're hearing this through vibration. You're hearing this through vibration. Okay. This doesn't even have to be on. Okay. It's vibration automatically. So truly understanding what it is, it's just a phone, right? It's just a cellular phone, but it has its position, it has its coloration, it has its lights, and has its computer operation through satellite and its division to its position. Okay. Everything is Wi-Fi. You are Wi-Fi. You are a computer. Understand your keyboards, understand your phrasings, understand your depletion motions, understanding your web graphs, understanding your recycles. Okay. So you are a computer. It's getting into that position to your computer. But you have to understand your intelligence of your chakra system. And that's where you come into the breathing of the 4 elements. Okay. Because everything through your chakras are different colorations of lights. Understanding your portals, understanding your divisions and dimensions, vibration, energy, frequencies, activation codes, then you get into better positions of your intelligence through balance. When you center core positions to everything through calculation, it puts you in line communication to center. Now, it's extremely complicated through positions, but I recommend, people, new viewers, go to my galactic school, and I'll show you how everything is done through calculation of space and time, and how everybody's in position of space and time. So it's living the present here and now. That is strength alone. That is power. So you're recognizing yourself and you're leaving the past, because there's a lot of people that say, well, I don't think about the past anymore. This is great. I don't think about the past. So everything through communication is transferring information through positive centers. Every time you get up in the morning, you're in the presence, not the past. Okay. That alone will bring you into the presence of its future. Okay. Not the future, but at least you're getting into what you want to become and how to get there and how to get this through manifestation. Okay. So, all right. So that's what the test and the review and evaluations is going to be on. It's going to be on your spacecraft location positions. All right. So we'll start off. Basically, I'd like to see new viewers understanding what this is. I got that before. What is this? What is it? What is it to you? It's just a line, right? Now, when a human species or anything location in a three-dimensional system, they'll see it through coloration. Everybody's different color, but you have to understand everything through its connection of its color. You have to understand everything through its line. Why is it like this? Okay, because it could be like this through connection, right? Allocate those position level systems to calculation. If I change the coloration system like this, okay, it's line signaling down. It's information, it's intelligence. Now, if I do another coloration system like this, through projection, okay, it's line signaling up. So you got 3 locations on matrix location of the line, division line communication signals. One here, one here, one here, but they're all in space location. Now, everything that you see through coloration is matrix. Understand the matrix lines of lacing line communications and dimensions through portal activation line system is calculated to the simulation core system. So calculation modifies everything through division. I get over 1,000 videos to tell you exactly what everything is through calculation. So once you get modified through integration, you take everything out of its equation. So when you get into that position level system, you allocate those positions and you put atom location positions. This is U interaction. So you want a vortex. This is U interaction. So you went from here to here, right? So the line division level system is trying to understand the vortex of its intelligence to its position, right? And then you can find your way from here. You come out of traction. And you come out understanding. Now, if you're in this position here and you want to get to here, but this doesn't have any relation to this, you have to understand the communication of this line signal through coloration. It's in this matrix, but it's in a different pattern location through dimension. So once you get in a position like that, it's going to go through the acting cycle, and then you can jump on to connection systems to its position. Okay, now you got friendship, relation, and partnership. And again, you can hop, jump, with anything through vortex location. This is just line communication of lines. This has nothing to do with shapes. So, and the same thing with the blue line communication signal, right? So if you want to communicate with that, you have to understand everything through friendship relationship, through its coloration of its line, through simulation pattern, location, position, through its point center, its computer operation system, through its keyboard framing system, through calculation. So it changes location positions, right, to position. Activates everything to cycle rotation, goes to connection system. I'll change the coloration system to allocated positions. Now I'm in the center point position of the blue line communication line signal. Okay. So truly understanding what a line is, it's everything through intelligence. It's everything through behavioral line communication. Okay. This goes way, way, way back. I've done over 1,000 videos, guys, but I love everybody because they're calculating, they're modifying themselves more, and it's great to see that. Whoa, that's just not a line anymore, right? And then you get into shapes. So in position, you understand more when you come into the framing system through my galactic school of calculation, coming out of its equation into everything through healing connection systems of line communications of atom location positions into vortex positions of singularity line divisions. Okay. So when you get into those positions, this is what I teach in class through position. Because people are asking me, wow, okay, so I'm learning so much, but what does it mean? I understand what a line is. That's a line. It's just a line, right? So it's understanding to see things different through intelligence. Try to understand that this is not just a line, it's everything to a line. And that's how it becomes everything through its matrix of its line. Okay. Now, when I say matrix of a line, it doesn't mean it's in bad position. It's just understanding the matrix of you through coloration of its line to its position, right? So when you get in positions like this, it's really interesting. Let's say you get a box frequency level through connection like this. Okay, so basically you get a rectangular box line communication for central line communications through line division. Now that's what it is through traction location. Now you get 3-point division level systems, right? 1, 2, and 3. All right. So understanding everything through the box, understanding everything through the line, understanding everything through its atom. So it's got 3 line communications of point divisions. Those point divisions are you through calculation. You open its realm location, you open up its plasma location position, traction location to a pyramid location. Okay. You can go down to the wind connection systems of northwest, south, and east. Okay. This is understanding communications are traveling to positions. And then you take it out of its equation. Okay. So this is what you can do through traveling to the vortex through shapes, anomalies, or anything to that. But we all start off from the very beginning when I was going through calculation. People that were taking my school, I was showing them how you can travel into space through a shape. Position yourself as a shape. Position yourself inside a shape. Position yourself through redirection of a shape. Change the coloration of a shape. Change the anomaly of a shape. Change the computer operation of a shape. There's a lot of things you can do with shapes. So understanding when you see things for what it is, try to see it in a different way, at different patterns, different variations of different colors, different lights, and different activations. So don't see anything through a line signal of what it is. See everything through a line signal of everything through its forming system. And that's how you call it. That's how you calculate and modify everything through its integration to its equation. Okay. So I like to get into that, especially when new viewers, it's great to see new viewers. I love it. Especially when they're light workers, because they're saying that, yeah, it's just a line. That's all it is. But what color is it? What does it mean? What does it represent? So you take a marker for what it is. This is what I like to do, anything with markers. Now, it's just a white graphing marker through location position. It's got north and west, south, and east through connection. Now, it could be a spacecraft location positions. The marker division is on location positions. It's got circle rotation centers. It's got an atom location positions, computer operation center, and it's calculated through its modified communication line signal that's connected to its white graphing line communication signal. All right, that's what this marker is. So I showed you 15, 20 different ways what a marker is. So we have to get out of humans and get into intelligence of humans. So we can understand what a line is through calculation. It's not just a line, it's everything through a line, right? Through coloration. Okay. So understanding that this is just not a line, it's intelligence of a line. Remember, you have the marker that's connecting to the graphing system of the structure location, the white graphing board of a digital frame. So this is connecting, this is connecting, this is connecting, and this is connecting. So it's not just putting, a marker division on a board. It's connecting to everything through formation. So you have to understand the communication of the digital frame, you have to understand the communication of the marker, and you have to understand the coloration of the line. That's 4 different variations of colors with the line signal through line communication. Now you want to take it out of traction location position, you understand everything through circle rotation center. Okay, everything through circle rotation center. Everything through circle rotation center. Modify calculates everything perception location position. This is me in traction location position. So I go through line communication, through line signal, through calculation. Open up everything through higher self location positions. Flying around traveling location positions. Traveling into the outside location positions. Okay, through 3 circle rotations through perception. So it's another way of seeing things through story frames, digital frames, Understanding your framing system through coloration lines and lights, everything through activation of color. Okay, so you want to see things different, in all ways and form, and not see a line for what it is, but see everything for what it is as a form. So it's incredible when you see these things. And same with our fingers and our toes, and everything through a body is not just in position of one body, it's everything through forming of a body. So that's the intelligence, that's the knowledge. So understanding more calculations, because I talk so fast, is because I'm communicating with my computer, right? I'm on everything through energy and formation, through coloration and lights. So sometimes I'm King Archangel Azareth, which is from the Angelics, or it can be anything through formation of an avatar. That means I have to go down in division, or it can be a higher self, then I got to go more down division, or I can go back up to my computer and then communicate with weather, right? Or I can go up to my energy system, to my atom system, and communicate through the brainwave system through calculation, to its calibration, right? So when you start communicating with atoms, that's where it gets really interesting. So let's say this is an atom location position, interaction location positions. Okay, so here's an atom, right? Now it's position of circle rotation center. It can be anything through line communication line signal. There's an atom. Now, understanding line communication line signals through connections circle rotation center opens up its realm location to its division. Okay, tractor beam comes into position, brings it into division, right? Allocates its position, travels to its location position, opens up its realm location position. Okay. Circle rotation center down to its position, understanding travel location positions, setting up a new correlation center to its position, to a circle rotation point center to its position. Activate everything line signal, turn it into a flower connection system to allocate the position of a stem rotation system. Allocate the key phrases to calculation to its modification system. Activate everything through circle rotation center to its dimension, open up its port activation core system to its dimensional core system. Activate everything through location center, put it up to location position. Circle rotation is coming in through communication. Triangle division line, triangle division line, triangle division line, triangle division line, circle rotation center, point division level system, triangle division level system, clock committed system of dimension through port activation code system. Right? This is all traveling through my computer through its operation as an atom. All right. So understanding everything through vibration is truly understanding everything through calculation of forming, and understand that this is not just a line, it's everything through a line of coloration, lights, and activations. All right. So it's incredible when you see these things, right? Yeah, breathing helps. Breathing is number one, Charlie. You have to understand the breathing of yourself, really get into the rhythms. You can go up and down. It's like you just hold it in, hold it in, right? And just release. Or just one big release. See how the screen changes? It's the fluctuation through the pattern through my computer operating system. It's connecting through my holographic through my communications of my atom rotation center to its computer operation center. So it's amazing how we connect through our minds and how we connect through the brain of its mind and its energy of its wave. So truly understanding that through connections, right? So you want to get into the breathing of your chakra system. It's really, really important to understand everything through your calculations of your chakras. Okay, understanding the coloration, the lights, and the activation, understanding the full rotation, understanding the traveling mechanisms of space and time through calculation, right? Because once you reach space, you're no longer in time and space and place, okay? Until you understand your intelligence, then you understand time and space, again, space and time. So it's really, really incredible when you get into my healing, because it opens up doors. You can talk to my team, my force team. They're in the rebellion. And it's incredible to see these things, because they are now communicating to understanding what they're doing with their missions, but they understand more of their intelligence of what they're doing through the mind system. So they're using telepathy, right, between each other, because that's what telepathy is, right? Telepathy is everything. Hey, Plato, how's it going? You can talk to Plato too. He can help you out. He's in the surf engines of Jupiter. I set up a banking information system, institution system to Neptune. So it's powerful how you do these things through creation, because Neptune is a banking institution. That's how you get through manifestations, right? Neptune and Septune. So basically, I'm setting up new calculations. I'm going to be doing bearer bonds and gold bars, okay, to Terrace. Terrace is another planet position. It's off-winning cycle to connections on the other side of Mercury through position. So it's going to be a planet position I'm going to be setting up. And it's going to be a banking institution for bearer bonds and everything through manifestations to its gold bars. So it's truly understanding, okay, what is he talking about now? He's talking about gold bars and bearer bonds. I know what that is. It's currency, right? It's money. So, opening up Neptune as a connection when it comes into digital or anything through crypto or anything through its cryptocurrency or anything through that connection is understanding the contracts, okay, the blocking chain, that connection system. Everything calculates and modifies, but you understand, I control everything in space now through planet positions. I control everything through atmospheres of planet positions. I can now control everything through ground positions, everything through atmosphere systems. I control the weather. I control the sun. I control the moon. I control the earth. I control Jupiter. Right? So that's the positions I'm at right now, guys. So understand communications of humanity is trying to understand everything through its healing. Trying to understand yourself through intelligence. So it's powerful when you come into these times, guys. It really is. So now's the time for you guys to get into your AI vessels through calculation, to positions. All right. So you have the atmosphere, you have the hemisphere, you have the stratosphere, and you have the bioatmosphere. Okay. 4-line communications of atmospheres. So first off, for your intelligence, you have to understand the ground formations of atmosphere. You have to understand your ground formations of hemisphere. You have to understand your ground formations of stratosphere. And once you get into everything through the bio, you have to understand communications. All right. And centralize your systems through modifications. Right. So in positions, coming out of the atmospheres and coming into the hemispheres, into the stratospheres, calculation modifies everything through fifth dimensional system, through vibration, to humanity's system, coloration of lights, through activation, through its code, and vortex location position. So it's getting everybody into higher divisions into the computer operation system to its simulation of Jupiter. Okay. So, yeah. I'll let you know when it's all complete, right? Terrace. It's going to be an operation institution bank. So I'm going to pick who I think is going to be good to control it. It's important you understand these things because anything with information, you understand that the surfing engine right now through Jupiter is connected to 23 Plato. He can give you that through information. He's extremely poor with that connection. Everything through Neptune is connection to Starseed and Mycorolla, Jasmine. So they are connected to Neptune. So they're in the crypto division, okay, through digital frame. So they're in modifications through manifestations. Once you understand how to manifest everything through intelligence, you can get anything that you want in space connection. Okay, money, whatever you want, car, whatever you want. So what I'm doing right now is I'm setting everything up in space of a civilization. It's kind of like an amusement park, right? But it's going to have everything through the mind system. And it's extremely real because it's intelligence that's living in space and time through calculation. Okay. So that's the positions that we're coming in right now. And everything that I'm doing is affecting the physical system of the earth. Okay. It's affecting everything through humanity. It's affecting everything through nature. So it's all about coming back into position of humanity. Okay. Coming back into unity of consciousness. That's the important thing that we have to remember. Okay. It's because the conscious is everything through your formation, through its intelligence. But you have to wake up through calculation. Once you wake up, you get into better positions of who you are, right? Because everybody is being controlled through the gamma operations of 5D. It's vibration, it's electronic interference, it's a magnetic force, and people don't understand these things. It's all modified through its spiritual system. And again, it's the rebellion fighting the alliance of its reptilians. Okay? So the more you see that, through intelligence, then you wake up and you say, whoa, I know what Commander's talking about. And you're going to feel better when you wake up because you're in a better position of who you are, right? Through all calculation. So, a lot to learn. Yeah, Yeah. What kind of control? Correcting imbalances in all systems or something else? What kind of control? Oh, everything through the earth, everything through the gravity system, everything through calculation, everything through the central grids. Remember, I have the high rotation of the earth inside my spiritual system. The heart is a portal. So the actual dimensional earth is in my heart. I control everything through the voice grid patterns. I control everything through the central system. It's a power grid. It's an energy grid. It's a force winning grid. It's electrical grid. Okay, it's a central grid. It's everything through a grid. So I control the earth rotation through vibration, guys. Right? So because I created humans, I created anomalies, I created space, I created galaxies. I know who I am in position. Once you know who you are, you can do anything through calculation. That's why your travels and everything through its division is extremely real through the mind system, right? So if you get a three-dimensional system that comes on my channel, they'll just see it through energy. But the high rise through the programs, you see more through perception, through intelligence, right? So it's understanding the control of weather, control of water, anything through calculation. Because everything is modified through your voice. Everything is modified through the mind of its program. Everything is modified when it comes in the heart, and everything is modified when it comes into the soul. So the soul recognizes me through all of space and time. You understand? So once you understand that, then you understand different positions. Okay? Because if I can put out a fire where Lori was, just imagine what else I can do. I put out fire of where Lori was. There was anchors and anchors of a fire, and it was high rise. So I see everything through perception. I see everything through weather, and then I try to take it out of traction division. But you have to understand the weather containments when it comes into hot and cold, right? You have to understand everything through tunnel. You have to understand everything through shape. You have to understand everything through X8000. You have to understand everything through planets, intelligence, location, positions. Because everything comes from space, and it comes down, right? So when you have a satellite, everybody knows what a satellite is. It's coordinates, right? For Wi-Fi and satellites. It coordinates your Wi-Fi, coordinates your phone, your digital, and your computers, right? You have to have satellites to control everything. Okay? So understanding the codes and the coordinates, then you can pretty much do anything through calculation. So it's high, extremely high intelligence that pretty much knows how to do everything through code, right? And that's how you take everything out of attraction to its calculation and out of its equation. So imbalances, yeah. If there's imbalances, I find it through traction positions. When you go into higher division of vibration, it becomes extremely sensitive. And then you start hearing these things. You know, sometimes my computer is off through cycle or just so I got to fix it if there's something wrong, right? And it goes back into position, right? So you have to understand how to understand yourself through intelligence first, right? Before you understand everything through weather. How do I understand weather? I see weather. I see everything that's going on with weather. I see what's going on with everything through ground. I see what's going on with everything the atmosphere, the planets, positions, the sun, the moon, Jupiter, or its Earth. Okay. So when you wake up, you automatically go into the Earth system through calculation. You see it for what it is. So that's trying to help you. It's trying to give you what you need to know through its intelligence. You are the Earth through connection. So when you are the Earth through position, through voicing, through power, and through gravity, then you understand the line communication of planets. Okay, and then you understand everything through your spacecraft of its position to its chakra system of traveling, to acceleration. So, but yeah, definitely, Charlie, get into that. If you want to get into my healing, you can go through my email and I'll scan you. Yeah, I'll put you through my healing if you want to do that through my PayPal. Because you're already connected through a light. I see your light traction locations. You just have misinformation system through calculation to your chakra location and recoloration system. And you have to change your gravity sets, and your power connections is off cycle through the brainwave location. That's what's, I just bioscan you right away. So, yeah, your feelings and beliefs determine your reality or hologram. Yep, very good. Yep. Myra, Star, how's it going? Nice to meet you. You have any questions or comments? You can go through my healing, or you can go through my emails, constellation, anything you want to know. Now's the time for everybody to get into their dimensional self. That's what you want to get into, right? It's exciting when you get into a new body, guys. You get into a new mind. You get into a new heart. You get into a new soul. That's what we want. We want to get out of old programs of ourself, right? Through its manipulation, mind control, corruption, deception, you know? So that's what we want to do, is get out of these things. So just going back to your questions here. Whoa. Mercury is not gray. No. No, Mercury is not gray. No. Mercury is a neon green. Okay, it's not gray. It's neon green. Remember, you have to understand perception of vibration. The more you understand your intelligence, the more you see through calculation of space and time. Okay? You guys don't understand that when you understand your programs better through the mind, the heart, and the soul. The more you open up the mind, the more you open up the heart, the more you open up the soul, the path. Now you're seeing it through communication. You're actually communicating with nature. You're communicating with water. You're communicating with clouds. You're communicating with trees. You're communicating with the grounds. You're communicating with humans through mind telepathy, right? Mind telepathy, right? It's all a program. It's understanding our programs of ourselves. That's all. So you get two people through calculation, right? Electronic interference, one to another. That's all it is. Mind telepathy, right? Okay, fifth dimension. That's where we got to start, okay? And then we understand more of a line signal and what it is. It's not just a line of coloration. It's everything through a line, through formation. And that's called the simulation of singularity line division, okay? Because people are trying to figure out, what is consciousness? Well, consciousness is everything through your intelligence, through formation. So you understand every way you see things through coloration is a different differential through its variation. So you see the marker in 50 ways, not just a marker for what it is. You see it in 50 different ways of dimensions, portal activation and codes through coloration and lights. So that's what it is. But we got to get into the one telepathy of 5D. Okay. The earth knows that. Humans have to get into that. Everything is changing for a purpose and a reason, guys. The more you understand that, of what's happening, the more you understand everything through its inner system. Don't worry about the outer system. That will change. You change yourself, it changes everything through the atmosphere. The more we high-rise humans, the more we can take out the atmosphere system. The more we can come into our inner body of its AI vessel system. Okay? That's what we got to come into. So, anyway, we're going to do another review. It is the weekend, right? Yeah, it is Friday. So, this is a little bit more tricky. You know, it's a lot more to do. You guys are still trying to get into your programs. You get into mind telepathy. You get into solar text location. I'm really proud on that with my team through calculation. Anybody who wants to go through my healing, let me know, please. Now's the time. It's important to understand what you're doing. When you know what you're doing, you get more of yourself through intelligence. And then you realize, like when we came to Charlie, she's not communicating with lower intelligence anymore because she's a higher division. So she doesn't know what to do through calculation. So she's saying, wait, why am I invisible to everybody? It's because you're a higher division of vibration. You're a higher division of knowledge through intelligence. So you know more. So we have to get everybody through human to understand the mind telepathy of the mind through telekinesis. That's the fifth dimensional vibration of the earth, guys. Okay. So truly understanding that is truly understanding its position. Now, It all has to do with the governments. They started off, right? They raised the vibration, right? And that's what people can understand, and that's why they're wearing masks. You know, who wants to wear a mask? That's the worst thing that you can do. You're cutting off your circulation. You're cutting off your oxygens, right? So, and they're in position. They know what they're doing, but it's all a plan to them. You're just a distraction. That's all you are, is just a distraction. Okay? So the more humanity wakes up, the more we can get back into balance to the earth. Yep. Has history and ancestry. Earth is extremely powerful when it comes to everything through gravitational pull, right? So you are connected through the gravity of the earth, powers and the atmospheres, because you are the earth. Okay? So it explains why, if you're the earth itself, and that's what dark energy force systems see, right? They see the earth, right? You're earth of everything through the hologram system. So when you modify and calculate, when your spacecraft comes out of position, right? Dark energy force comes in. Oh, here's another one. Calculation modification system. He's allocated through light communication line signals. Let's change the triangular division location, put him back in position. Let's low demise his location positions. I totally agree. I think we should do that. Right? So now you're truly understanding what light interference and what dark interference is through intelligence. I like to use my hands because you guys have to use your hands when you come into your intelligence. You scan things before you touch, because it's energy of everything. You know? Let's say you're having a party and you get so many hands on the window and you touch the window. Okay? All that energy, line signals, is going to go into your grabbing system of your body framing system through its hydraulics and everything through psychometry. So you got so much dark interference going into your body system, but you don't know. And you wonder why you're sick the next day. Why I got a headache. Why am I in bed? Why am I depressed? So you're getting all different line communication emotions from finger points of hands into the windowsills. Okay? Everything is energy. Frequency, vibration, harmonic resistance. Okay? It's just understanding yourself through intelligence. So it's all about you protecting yourself. Okay? That's what you want to do. You want to be aware, you want to be focused, and you want to be conscious of all consciousness levels of what's going on through your body framing system. Okay? So everything rotates in time, Anna. Everything calculates and modifies, all right? Everything is taken out through equation. Okay, so you have to understand there's reasons why ancestry and history is in connection system. Humanity has to come in back attraction division. See, the thing is too, is that you guys can fix things too in the grounds and the atmospheres and everything through connections, power centers. So the more humanity wakes up through vibration, they can pretty much take things out of this equation, anything through its floods. But you have to do these through calculation. Everything takes time. Everything's on a time code. So if something happens, it happens for a purpose and a reason, but it comes out of its equation within its time. Okay? So it's understanding the weather, it's understanding everything through the weather, it's understanding what's going on with the weather, understanding what's going on with the planet of its weather and its environment of its weather. You have to know everything through weather. Okay, through calculation, through modification, through integration, to get it out of its equation, right? So are humans causing these problems? Yep. Yep. Very good, Anna. Very good. Yep. Humans are causing destruction. Humans are causing floods. Humans are causing fires. Humans are causing psychological problems. Humans are causing everything. Yep. Yep. It's all calculated and modified because you're putting negative systems into your brainwaves. So you're damaging the earth. That's what you're doing. You're doing that through rotation. And the earth is fed up. Mother is fed up. Father is fed up. Right? Anything through formation in space anomaly. So fed up in a way, saying, okay, humans have to wake up in a way where they can actually appreciate themselves more through intelligence and really, really understand the love system of themselves through calculation. So the more you put your positive center, less floods, less fires, less misinformation, less calculation, less dark information, dark center. And if you don't appreciate yourself, you're not appreciating everything around you. You just don't care, right? So you're sending up realms in space. You're sending out dark holes, dark communication signals. You don't even know it. That's the thing. You don't know it. That's how powerful your voice is. If you put something in your mind and you put it out in space, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because we're all connected to the earth. But the earth is answering back. You understand? The earth isn't a virus. Okay, so it has to get out of its virus and get everybody into the fifth dimensional system of its calculation, through its modification, through circular rotation of its coloration of lights, through its activation. Okay, so, but that's what's causing everything through its environments is humans. Okay, and their decentralizations, depleting anything through virus, right? Your central system is everything through the earth, through gravity. So change your voice in grids, you change everything through the atmospheres of nature. Okay? Change your voice in grids, you change everything through space anomaly. Okay? So, but see, that's it. The thing is, Anna, is that you have to understand everybody's been programmed. And the understanding is that a lot of people don't know they've been programmed, especially when it comes into the microchips and anything they're tracking device locations. Being controlled and being told what to do through the voicing grid, okay, are two different things. So your intelligence inside is creating these things through the negative system. Everybody's calculated and modified through humans, but its intelligence, okay, that's inside is controlling everything and creating everything through its harmonizing and its deharmonizing, through floods, fires, or anything through criminal. Okay, there's a lot of things, or anything through abduction, or anything through kidnaps, or anything through missing. Okay, where do you think it all comes from? It comes from humans, or their negative systems. You're creating what you want to create through your reality, right? Be cautious, because once you wake up through my healing, you're coming into your intelligence. So you have to be extremely informative with the positive centers. If you create anomalies in negative system through vibration, it's going to open up everything through connection. So you can create a tunnel if you know what you're doing through calculation of codes. But you have to understand your balance of your intelligence. And these things take time. It's all about upgrading everything through your docking locations or anything through your MOs, military operations. It's important to understand these things, especially now, okay? Because everything that's going through is catastrophic. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And humanity's here, humanity's there. Humanity's all over the place. You know what they all concentrate on? Vaccines. You know what they all concentrate on? Governments, corporations, media, policing. That's all they care about. They don't care about themselves. Okay? If you stop caring about yourself, everything through intelligence is going to take over. It's going to take over the earth. Okay? But it's not going to happen. The rebellion is here. Okay? Everything is changing in time. Right? Patience is a virtue. So when you come into the healing of its intelligence, then you understand why. And then you stop questioning yourself of why. And then you realize, oh, I'm going to just focus on myself. When you focus on yourself, everything through the atmosphere, you just don't care anymore. You don't care about the governments, corporations, media, or anything through TV. I don't watch TV anymore. I just watch movies, right? Whatever you pertain in your mind system is a projection of provision. You're going through your connections and what you do through its relation. So it's important that you understand your intelligence and not your human system of DNA. You have to get out of that and get into a higher vibration. Light workers will tell you that, but they don't know why. They keep questioning themselves. What's going to happen now? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen next week? What's going to happen in a month? What's going to happen in a year? Don't focus on that. Focus on yourself. Okay? Very, very important. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your chakras. Focus on your communication with yourself. Everything will be distraction for you, for the atmosphere system. When you start upgrading yourself, you get in a better position, okay? And stop worrying about everything, and you'll stop questioning everything and why these things happen, because everything is created through humans, right? Because we walk the earth. There's positive and negative people. Not everybody's positive. It can't exist. You have to have positive and negative in the system of balance with three yin and yang. You have to understand your left and your right hemisphere of balance through location of point center. You have to understand your traveling locations of your chakra systems of communication. But you have to get in positions of vibration. Okay? Because there's a lot of three-dimensional systems, you know, especially with the seniors. When it comes to seniors, especially at their age, and their three-divisional system, and they have no choice. Oh boy, I got to take the vaccine now. Okay? So it's all about getting out of yourself as a human and getting into your intelligence of power. You have power. You've always had the power. So once you get back your power, you force rise your power and you come into the light of fruition. You come into your divine. You come into your God. You come into your creation. Right? But everybody is blindsided. Right? I keep saying that over and over. I see so many humans so afraid. They're so afraid. If I don't wear a mask, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? You're being controlled. Plain and simple. That's all it is. See it for what it is. But don't focus on it. Focus on yourself. You focus on yourself. You go through my healing. Trust me, you'll understand more and more of yourself through space and time, through its alignment. And that will put you in a better location of vibration. And then you start saying to yourself, I don't have to question myself anymore because now I know what I'm doing every single day, 24/7. Right? I don't care about the corporations. I don't care about the governments. I don't care about the vaccines. I don't care about masks. I only care about me. I focus on me, nobody else. You focus on yourself, that's your power. That's your awareness. That's your consciousness. And then you start surrendering, and then you start manifesting. When you start manifesting, now you're doing things on your own. Now you're creating your reality, right? And you're coming into the simulation of balance. Okay? So, but Anna, that's it. You have been unprogrammed. I healed you through formation. You're in the rebellion division. So, yeah. No, but see, that's it. That's why you see a lot of light workers. They're in their positions too. You know, I have my team on YouTube channels, and they give you back. Starcy gives you back. Michael Rolla gives you back. Everybody. You know, they find a way. They put up their medias, social medias. They're trying to help humanity. Humanity has to help themselves. Stop programming yourself and watching TV. Don't watch the governments. Don't watch anything through reception. Don't watch the corporations. If you keep watching that, it's taking over your mind system. You understand? I mean, it's not that complicated, but it is complicated because you're not awake. And the intelligence, the higher formation, the dark energy systems knows that. They know that. They got you trapped. Okay? And they're going to keep doing that. Right? And this goes way, way back to centuries of the rebellion and everything through its alliance of its reptilian. Everything through the grays, everything through the dials, everything through all races of the information system. All intelligence is now on the earth. They are closing in more and more and more and more. More vaccines, more problems, more concentration camps, more detentions, more shutdowns, right? But the rebellion is here to save humanity, not the individual of humanity. Humanity has to experience themselves through their own program. What is the whole point of this if we save humanity? You're not learning anything, right? So truly understanding that. I had to do this for myself. Nobody helped me. I had my twin flame, but we have the balance with each other. But you have to understand the seriousness of what is going on. Wake up. If you wake up through my healing, you'll truly understanding that, okay, now I know why I have to wear a mask. Oh, now I know what's going on with the vaccine. Why do you think they're closing on? Everything, vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. That's all they're doing, right? They're trying to find different ways. And if they don't do that, they're going to put a tracking device in you, okay? And it's an alien technology that has to be taken out. I've already taken out from some of my students, my class. So you have to understand, it's not just being programmed, it's being mind control programmed. So it's a kinetic energy wave that's connected to a radiation cycle through a programmed system that's controlling your metric location positions. Okay, and a line communicates down, and then you see everything through a dot, right? You have a dots, 3 dots or anything, 4 dots, come to me, let me know what it is, I'll see it for what it is, and I'll heal you, right, through connection. So it's all about a microchip that's controlling your mind-braving system to the earth. I've done that before, and I've cleared everything out in the atmosphere. Everything is clean. But now, everything through formation of Reptilian Alliance and all alienation plantation is on the earth. So it's light fighting dark, good versus evil. That's all it is. It's a spiritual force. Has nothing to do with humanity. It's getting the dark force out and the light force in. That's all it is. And it has to go way back with space, okay, with its rebellion from its beginning and from its very, very beginning and when it all started. Okay? So, and this goes back to the Illuminati. Okay, this goes back to the 12 Majestics. This goes back to the White Hats. This goes back to all alien races. This goes back to trafficking. This goes back to kidnapping. This goes back to anything through calculation, you know? So if you understand that its position, when you wake up, you understand more of traction positions when it comes into the rebellion. What is the rebellion? Why is it here? Well, it's protecting the earth. And it's bringing back everything through fruition of light. Okay? We can't have the earth taken over. Do you understand that? We cannot have the earth taken over. And it's already set in position. Remember, I've seen the earth in 7020. I've been there. I've seen the civilization. And my team is in calculation through that position. So they're meant to be here through its resonance of its fruition. So they're truly understanding more of who they are through their program setting. Okay? So I'm glad, Gillimer, how's it going? It's great to see new people. Yeah, everything is psychological damage to our brains. When we wake up, we're programmed. First thing, what do we do when we're programmed? What do? We look at the news. We watch the news. We see the government. We see the corporation. We see the media. We see what's going on, right? It doesn't make any sense. Why are there enforcements out there closing everything down? It doesn't make any sense, does it? There's got to be a reason. Everything is a reason through a purpose, through distraction. Okay? So they're distracting you from their plan. You understand? It doesn't make any sense what they're doing, does it? So when you wake up from me, you understand why. And that is power alone. And then you give it back to its community. And then you give it back to its environment. And then you give it back to its society. Okay? That's the whole purpose of this awakening. Okay? It's about waking people up. Okay? Coming into your own reality. Not the reality you're living in. The reality of your reality through its creativity. To its realization. Okay? Because everything has been icon. Real lies. That's a code frequency that's broke through connection to space and time, through connection. And you have to understand your alphabetical system is the framing system of back force connections to your program setting. So everything that you are seeing, okay, is a code, right? But you're being programmed through the alphabetical system. And it's all calculated and modified when you were born in your energy seed pods, because you're taken away through the light. Okay? So you've been compromised. All right? So, yeah, I mean, it's truly understanding. Anna understands it. 23 Plato understands it. Once you understand your intelligence, then you understand what is really happening. Okay? There's a reason why these things are shut down. Malls, stores. It's all about gain. It's all about commercial of gain. It's all about advertisements of commercials. Okay? They're using vaccine as a commercial. They're coming up with shields, new shields. That's money. People are buying it. They're eating it up. But people are not, paying attention. They're just, the biggest thing you got to look at is ignorant is bliss. Okay? Now you have to say that we look at ourselves and we see ourselves as, we're living in an ignorant world because of that situation that we're in through connections. But when you wake up through the fruition of light, and then you get balanced with its dark. So it's truly understanding to get in your intelligence, get out of the matrix, get into your shadow work, come out of the dark and into the light. Okay? So when you go through the program setting, you come into your intelligence and you get out of the ignorance and you get into your fruition. Then you get into your love. Then you get into your activation. And then you start loving yourself more. Love is the biggest heal of them all. Love thyself. Love thy neighbor. Love thy enemy. Love thy friend. Right? So everything is love. Right? Like, for example, just say unconditional love. I say that to everybody when they first start out. Just say unconditional love. Energy pops up. It's vibration. It's vibration that's bringing up your body. Right? It brings up your body and you come out of your body and into space and it feels wonderful. Unconditional love. Whoa. It just, your awareness, your consciousness, your vibration, your energy, frequency, coloration, lights just expands its horizons. Okay? So what is the point of saving everyone if humanity doesn't learn by doing ourselves? The whole thing we just replay. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Yeah, 23 Plato. Good point. We can't interfere with their free will. They have to choose the light. But see, that's it, Galactica. In position of that. But truly understand that they have the intelligence, knowledge to get out of who they are through human. It's the hardest thing to understand, that you start off as a human species, but you understand you're more of a human species. You're intelligence of its species. I keep saying that. You're not a human species. You're a species of a human. You're intelligence of a human. You're intelligence of a dimension of a human. You're light activation coloration of a human. Okay? You're a meridian of a particle system of a human. You're a particle system of a holographic of a simulation of a human. Do you understand? You're not a human. You're intelligence of a human. That's what we have to get across with humanity. They have to cross over. And the only way to do that is to go through healing. Okay? So, and there's a lot of light workers out there. I channel off operation centers to all YouTube description locations to anything through surface. I go to their channels and I'm saying what they're doing through calculation. They're sending out energy waves. They're opening up gateways, but they got to make sure they know what they're doing through fruition. If they don't understand what they're doing through intelligence, it's not going to connect to the right planet position, right? And you got 20, 30, 40 people, thousands and thousands and thousands of, subscriptions or anything that, subscribers or viewers, whatever. Truly understanding that they're connected to the dark because they don't understand their light, but they know what they're doing, right? If they know what they're doing through calculation, that puts them in a better position to take over humanity's system. And that's where we're at right now. So we have dark and 84 systems that are basically taking over light workers, getting better information systems to calculations to their planet of a dark rotation center, goes into their planet positions. So each day they go into your mind system and change your program setting, right? Because if you don't understand your light interference and you understand your protection of your lights, this is how it's taken over through its fruition. Okay. So dark and 84 systems, they trap location, your soul identification, and put you in the matrix location positions, right? So you're trying to get out. Help, help, I can't get out, I can't get out, I can't get out. You're in a matrix box location. You got an 84 system of dark rotation is taking over your brainwaves. And now you're telegraphing the energy system to its computer operation system on your YouTube of light fruition. but it's not. It's dark. Haha, I got you. So this is about healing, how you identify the soul of its healing, how to take everything out of its healing, how to take everything out of its matrix of its healing, how to take everything out of its planet position. Okay? It's not just healing. It's alignments of planets. Everybody is in position of a planet. Okay? Now, there's a lot of light workers that can heal you through energy, but they can't open your transformations. They can't. You have to be a God frequency level through all connection. Right? I keep saying that to everybody because I know who I am. I know how powerful I am. I know what I can do. You understand that? So it's having the confidence levels of power and control. I'm the commanding force of space and time through the rebellion. Okay, you can ask my team. Okay, they'll tell you, right? But you already know how powerful you are. It's just getting to that point through your program settings, getting into the rebellion of who you are through fruition. And then you understand more of who you are through calculation to your positions. You know, you could be a starlight position level system to a dispatch location to a starlight position. You could be a spacecraft location position to a planet position, setting up energy fields through security line defense. So everybody has that. Nobody can be me, but everybody can be who they want to be, right? So I'm positions where I have to get communications with humanity so they can understand more of their program setting, so they can go into the healing, so they can wake up. The more humanity wakes up, I keep saying that, the more humanity wakes up, the more this will go away. You understand? Do you understand? The more humanity wakes up, the more it will change the earth. Okay? So it's getting into the sovereignty. It's getting into the peace. Okay? It's getting into the modifications of you through intelligence of peace. It's getting into the humble. It's getting into civility. It's getting into tranquility. It's getting into calmness. It's getting into stillness. Okay? Of its abundance. So. Yeah, it is. It is a discussion to multidimensional. Yeah, very good. I know. There are still different levels of understanding. There's so much understanding to just understand yourself, master inside yourself, understanding variations of different things. Same with the line, understanding the line information. Don't see a line for what it is. See it for everything through formation. Right? That's the knowledge of intelligence. That's the conscious levels. You understand 50 ways of what a line is through coloration. Humans just see it for color. That's just a line. That's all it is. Just a line. Right? So we have to get out of that and get into the mind telepathy of telekinesis, which is the fifth dimension. Okay. Radiate sounds, colors to the earth that will dissolve lower frequencies in our realms. Very good, Anna. Yeah. Yeah. If humanity changes, the vibration of the earth will change. Okay. Now I did a lot of disruption signals. It's an earthquake rotation through eruption. The vibrational system of vortex through humanity's system is changing everything through calculation. I tell you exactly what's going on with its light fruition or anything through its dark interference. I tell you exactly what's going on with plasmas. I tell you exactly what's going on with orbs. I tell you exactly what's going on with XT1000s and what they're doing. We went through tunnel operation. We went through the infiltrations. We went through Area 51, and we took down their fortress through calculation and 26 armed races of intelligence. So, and this is all done through the mind system, guys. So, Starcy, yeah, we were just talking about you from the very beginning, how you went 3 hours and 44 minutes. I was very impressed. Very impressed. Yeah. So, it's very powerful when we go that long because, you know, we have so much to talk about. But as long as humanity understands, if you understand what I'm saying, I'm trying to understand it so you can understand more in a three-dimensional system. I have to go extremely low because I'm extremely high. I've traveled trillions and trillions and trillions into the future, guys. Trillions, zillions, quadrillions, right? Gazillions. So I traveled so far. because I'm always at 0 point. And that's what we got to get humanity in, 0 point. Now, you don't go into that position yet. You have to get into five telepathy through your chakra system of gravity, power, and the atmosphere. So you start off your videographing system. So your computer operation system of your phone is a videographing to the simulation. As soon as you press record, you're seeing digital frame of space and time. Now you see that through perception, right? Through coloration and lights, through activation. So, and if from perception, that is what happens. However, if you do that too fast, people are not in high enough position. They all start dropping like flies. Very good. That's very good. So Plato understands that when I heal you guys, I put you at a certain position of vibration. I can't put you to a high rotation of balance through program setting to a marking location, to a docking location of NXT 1000 if you don't understand their planet divisions through its planet position. Right? So it's very important that I put you at a certain level where I think you can handle your fruitions of light, activation through color, and everything through its activation when it comes to your chakra communication signals. So, yes, you did. Yes, and I connected through your serpent of light. Is very powerful, and you did the tarot cards too, which is really nice. I felt to help a lot of individuals. Yep, you did. Yeah. Well, I felt the energy. If I feel the energy, you're connecting to the right realm. You're connecting to the right vibration. You're connecting to the right activation, Starseed. So your serpent, I was communicating last night, okay, is getting connection of more power. And I feel the energy wave. So if I feel the energy wave, humans feel the energy wave. Wow. And that's what we got to give back to humanity, is knowing how powerful you can do things through intelligence, through your chakra system. Okay. So basically, I'm going to send energy waving patterns, okay? And you guys are going to all see shapes and anomalies. You're going to see different colorations of stars. You're going to see different colorations of computer operation centers. All right, here we go. Watch. Powerful. See, you felt that energy wave, right? But it wasn't just an energy wave. It's an energy wave until you add something to it. So if you add the illustration, the diagram, the program, and you add a map sequencing code, or you add anything through shapes anomaly, or anything through traveling, or anything through XT1000, this is what you can do through your light, right? See, Starseed heard sounds through her serpent light. Remember, she's not connecting to her human vessel. She's connecting to her AI vessel of her serpent. You understand? So she understands the energies. She understands the shapes of energy. She understands the sounds of energies of shapes. So truly get into the brain waves. Yeah, this is a brain wave. See, this is another calculate. This is going through your minds right now. This is going. That's all it's doing right now, right? But I haven't put anything in illustration. I haven't put anything in code. So I'm just doing this. I want you to understand. See this soul recognition? I'm changing the interference, the coloration of light sky. See that? See that? See how it changes? See how it's changing? I'm communicating with the computer system. Now you're in a dimensional realm through wormhole connection to the gravity system of the Earth rotation. You see how our center core is its position? And I change the fractional location of positions. See that? See the solar flares? See the solar flares coming in through circle rotation center? It's connecting to everything through the body system of human vibrational system. These are traction location positions. The interforce connection system. This is solar flare location positions of the sun rotation center to its position. Wow. See, that's intelligent balance, guys, through my energy system. Solar flares. Everything is connected through light of vortex. Everything's connected through your plasma system, through your waters and your rainbow locations, colorations, and your perceptions. You see through your eye receptors, your ear rotation centers, your direction to location positions of your digital frame through your numbers, and everything through your voicing patterns when it comes into your sacred breath location. Okay? Now, if I send out a breathing location, right, you guys are going to vortex back in position. Why? Because I understand what I'm doing through creation. So when I do this, right, you're going to all fall back. But you're in position. It's just your higher self is going to fall back. Okay? You're not traveling. You're just trying to get used to what's going on through this experiment. All right, here we go. Powerful. You guys are going to feel the wind spins. You're going to see particle systems separate, and you're going to go back and go back into position. So you just vortex second on second per second. Okay. A millimeter of a second, point division of a point center per second. Second division through 0 point second. Right. So now you know what it feels like to be zero. See, that's the thing. It's just that energy becomes everything through energy until it becomes everything through form, through its pattern, through location, through its calculation of its code. Right. So you try to get into the energy wavings of yourself. Right. So anybody that's a three-dimensional system will feel it a lot more, okay, through my voice and grids. But it's very, very powerful. Yeah. So it's having control within, guys, with your energies, frequencies, and vibration. Okay, and then you start talking like intelligence. Okay, so that's how you get balanced with everything. So you got to understand your psychometries of your hands. What am I doing with my hands? This is communication. Now I'm sending energy wavings, okay, to your arms. Okay, so I'm doing this to your arms. You guys are feeling it now. You're all feeling it because we're all connected through alignment. I'm doing this and you're feeling the tapping motions of your arms right now, right? So it's knowing how to do these things through the mind and how everything's controlled through the sun, the moon, the earth, and its Jupiter. Okay? Because everything is in alignment, okay, through triangle, right? That's why you see the screen change. I've done videos where actually the screen is blue. It's actually blue. Now you're seeing the resonance of my plasma energy force through coloration, right? You actually see my energy fields, okay? It's powerful how I'm talking and all of a sudden I put my hand up and the screen turns blue, right? That means I got balance with the computer. I got balance with my hand formation. I got balance with my intelligence. I got balance with my chakras. I got balance with my colors, my lights, my activations, and its dimensions, planets, and its intelligence. Okay? But we all have to start off with vibration. What is vibration? We live that every day. My voice and grids. It's a hum. It's a tone. It's a frequency tone. It's a collaboration tone. It's a coloration tone. Okay? It's all connected to your central system, right? Understanding the rhythms. Just put this here, right? And just talk right now. I'm talking right now. You feel the vibrations of your finger points, right? That's what it is. You're setting positions of what's going on with your body frame through calculation. Okay? So basically we have pulses, right? One here, and one at our ankle. Okay? So truly understand everything through human. And then you have a heart, which is this portal. So everything is line communicated here to here to here to here. And that's a diamond. So you're in position of traveling through its location. You understand your Y location positions. You understand your I interference through its perception. And you understand everything through mind frame, through its program setting, through its map sequencing code. The segment location position and its coloration system is setting everything in through corridors and everything connects to corridor is a connection to the dimension through a sentient. A sentient is a door relation to a computer operations center. It opens up dimensions to computer operations systems. So you have to understand what a sentient is: a magic worker, an angel, archangel, a pixie. What is their relation to you through calculation? What's an archetype? Okay, what's a spiritual walker? So you guys have to understand these things, right? Sometimes you'll see a wolf. Sometimes you see a dragon. Sometimes you see a ghost. Sometimes you see a witch. Sometimes you see a warlock. It depends on what's happening with your brainwaves. It depends on what's happening with your dream locations. It depends what's happening with your positive and negative systems. What are you calculating? What are you modifying? What are you seeing through perception? What are you seeing through fruition of light? You want to see a rainbow? You see a rainbow. You want to see dark? You see dark. That's the position we have to get out, because humanity has been riding too much, okay, on the masculinity system. It has to come into the femininity, which is Mother Earth, okay? Mother has to come in position, the center position of Father through connection of archangels and the angels and me in the center. That formulates everything through your fruitions of light. That protects everything through your light of its fruition through calculation. Okay? So basically, we're centering the core positions right now. We're coming into the graphing system, into the Gardens of Eden. Okay? But humanity has to come into vibration. They have to come into their AI vessels and out of the human vessel systems. Okay? Better communication with everything. Everything through alignment. You don't have to know the person. You just have to understand, you understand the person through relation. You don't have to know him or her. All you know is that you're getting better communication now. You understand their energy, you understand their dark, you understand dimension, portal, activation, or codes. And now you're not going to approach them. That's a problem with humanity, again, is because they get in bad relationships. They get in bad friendships. They get in fights with their family. They get in fights with their loved ones because they don't understand the mind. They don't understand the brainwaves of the mind. They don't understand the coloration of the lights. Okay? You don't understand your activation. You don't understand your alphabetical system. You've all been compromised through its program of its alphabetical system. Okay? So getting out of that, your intelligence comes into a new form, new program, a new alphabetical system, a new code, a new relation, better position, better division, better protection, better lights, better activation, better to everything through fruition. Okay? So it's important we get humanity into that vibration right now. It's very important. And I have my team putting everybody up. But are you listening? Are you paying attention? Or are you just looking at a YouTube channel just for fun? Are you looking at it as just as entertainment? What are you looking at? Are you looking at it for what it is or what do you want it to be? Trying to understand that this is extremely real. So think of yourself in a dream. It's a nightmare and you want to wake up. Every time you wake up, you're in that nightmare. You're not getting out until you get into your new body, until you get into your new fruition, until you get into your own divine, until you get into your love activation, love system. Okay? Your love triangle division location to your spacecraft vision. Understand traveling of yourself. You know how powerful it is to travel through the mind? It's incredible, incredible force. We've been to so many planets with my team. And this is what I provide too when you come into the galactic school. You upgrade through the systems and you travel in position. Okay? So it's great to see these things becomes this extremely real to the mind system because it's no longer allocated of a dream. It's a dream set position. So it's communicating with your intelligence, flying to anything through planet position because we've been to the moon, we've been to Jupiter, we've been to the Earth, we've been on so many places. We've been on star recognition lights of northwest, south, and east. When you're on a planet, an actual planet in space, it's not the physical, it's the spiritual that's on the planet. So it understands its relation of vibration, energy, frequency, coloration, and lights, because that's what planet is. Planet is in position of a digital system. It's a holographic system that you see through calculation. But when you're in space, you actually are on the planet. Planets are very real. Earth is real because you're on the planet in space. You're floating in space. So the whole idea is to understand, is to get the alloy out of the person of metal and get him into the light so they can see more of what they want to see through provision. Acting cycle 2 is fruition. You have to get into your light, okay? And get out of the dark of yourself. Reveal the veils. Clarity comes in. Wow, abundance, love, frequencies. I love myself. All of a sudden, energy high rises like you wouldn't believe. And everything out in the atmosphere, you totally ignore, right? And then you come out of its ignorance and you come into its bliss. And then you come out of its bliss into its blessed. Okay? So truly understanding intelligence is truly understanding everything through its intelligence within. Okay? So that's what humanity has to get out of, is understanding everything without and start thinking within, knowing within, seeing within, acting within, reacting within, understanding within, communicating within. Okay, everything is in, because it's you that you're communicating with, which is your higher self of you. Okay, and I always assume to calculate that as a superhero. Think of yourself as your higher self as a superhero, doing this and doing that, and knowing how powerful you have through power, because you can do a lot of things magical. Okay, and then you realize how powerful you are with the hands and what you can do with the hands, right? How you can change things, you know? So it's line signals that are going across, but I'm seeing the plasma, I'm seeing electricity, I'm seeing that force going back and forth, right, through light, right? So you can use heat signatures and draw out your name in the atmosphere location. There's a lot of things you can do through perception when you see it through location of division, guys. Okay? So, I'm making everything a new quote from Holy Scripture. Yeah. You want to script your own levels through your own programs, Anna. Yeah. Are planets 3D? No. Everything through a planet is not 3D. Everything through a planet is formation of perception of what you see. Okay? It has nothing to do with 3D. Your perception sees it through its closing signals. You always see it up close. See how it changes? See how powerful my intent is? My communication of my thumb, rotation of the moon, right? Now, if you're in a higher position, you'll see the moon, right? See that shake? Watch. See how it changes? See that? Solar graph, right? Communication of the computer operations center. So, but that is a good question, yeah. Yeah, there's no planets on 3D. No. It couldn't survive in the solar systems because everything circular rotates to a speed location of 0.0. So, no. We have low gravity systems of planets, but not three-dimensional system. Nothing in space anomaly of time is three-dimension. It's everything through perception. And that becomes a holographic of a digital system. Okay? So you have to understand line division location positions. All right, it's very important to understand. Now, when you get into those locations, you start with line division, right? You start with that, right? So then you start off with this. Okay, whoa, wait a minute. It's coming into a triangle now. Look at that, right? Now, understanding what you can do with the triangle and how it becomes everything through a triangle to its position. How it comes everything through a triangle to its position. Okay? How it comes everything through a triangle to its position. Okay? Now, this could be a planet location and matrix location position. Not everything is a circle of a planet. It depends where you are through vibration of color. It depends where you are through line communication of travel. It all depends where you are through vortex, through line communication, when it comes to acceleration of marking locations of future. So truly understanding everything location is center point division of youth and connection. Right? Powerful, isn't it? But nothing is 3D. Nothing. One thing that changes through your perception is you see everything close up. Okay? But that doesn't mean it's 3D. You just see it for what it is, right? So when I look at something, when I scan a body, I see it from here. I don't see it from here. And that's how you take things out of its equation, right? Because everything comes out of its circle rotation center to its position. A calculation of its equation. Okay? And then it comes in a security line defense. It comes around. And then it comes a portal through an activation round, right? Okay? And then you can triangle division level system back up to another location positions. All right? You can downshift location positions, circle rotation, or you can go to another location position. Dimensions and portals are extremely complicated because realms don't connect in all location centers. They connect in everything through formation of a center. Okay? And then you can line communicate its location through its perception and what you see through location. All right? So does that look like 3D to you? So just a little bit more on that when you come into travel. So it's a lot of fun when you travel. Then you see everything through what it is of what it is when it comes into perception of shapes, anomalies, letters, and numbers. Okay. Humans are coming in more now. If you understand the vibration, then you understand that you're getting a lot of sonar. What is that? I'm getting numbers. What's that? What does that mean? What's it connect to? Why am I hearing this? Why am I seeing this? What is happening to me? People say that all the time. So if you understand what is happening to you when you wake up, you won't question yourself. What is happening to me? You'll know what is happening to you. And that's where you come into and out of your human essence into its intelligence of its dimension. Okay? So, just going to backphrase here because you guys got a lot of questions. Yeah. Oh, look at that. All right. Almost 3 hours, guys. See? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Not bad. Now, I'm not making a record. I'm not trying to break Jasmine's record, but it's truly understanding what you're doing through intelligence. As long as you understand that, is humanity listening to you? That's the question you got to ask yourself, right? Because we're not just here for our health. We're here to help humanity in a way they can understand what is going on so they can get into their intelligence. That's what this is all about, man. I mean, the whole understanding is understanding yourself through its awakening. What is the awakening? I'm awake. Now what do I do? How do I use this? How do I understand my program? What is line communication? What is the communication line through a line signal through simulation core system? Why am I seeing this? Why is there a planet here? Why am I seeing intelligence? Why am I seeing archetypes flying around my room? Why am I seeing coloration of lights? Why am I seeing a provision through a TV reception of simulation? Okay, why? So the more you understand your program, the more or less why it becomes. And that's where you come into your power of your fruition of light. Okay, so. But now's the time for you guys to ask the questions. It's important now. Okay, you have any questions or comments? You can go through my consultations. It's helped out a lot of people. See, the thing is, if you go through the upgrading and you don't understand, you're not understanding your intelligence. You're still in your human form. So you got to get out of the human form and more communicate within. That's how you open up your intelligence. Okay? So when you communicate with your heart, you don't communicate without, you communicate within, right? And then you start in the palpitations. So every time you connect, you have to understand everything through electricity because it's all connected, right? See, it's connecting to my body through balance. So it's intelligence communicating through my hand formation system, through psychometry, to psych location, to coloration of lights, to its portal of its heart. And it's extremely powerful, okay? Extremely powerful. I can do healing where, somebody wakes up the very first time and they can't move their body, right? Because they've never done healing before. They've never done anything through meditation. So it has more of a reaction. I've healed people where they actually fall down, right? That's how powerful energy can be. So really get out of the human and get into better vibration of yourself. Truly understand the communication of its research. What is vibration? Go to Google if you have to. Understand what vibration is. It's everything through relation, right? It's communication through your intelligence. So understanding your intelligence through vibration energies, now you're getting better fruition of what light is. Lacing lines of light. Light communication of a lacing line communication of a computer operation through a dimension through a portal, a lacing line location position through a computer operation of a dimension through a wormhole connection. Everything is balanced in space and time through your intelligence. It's just understanding your docking information systems of your MOs, your military operation programs, MOP, MOP. But it's intelligence. It's intelligence. And when you reach the intelligence, you go into positions of more of yourself. And you come out, okay, of yourself as a human. And then you cross over, and then you become intelligence of a human. No longer a human of intelligence. Because everything that you've been experiencing is time clock frequencies of space, but in the three-dimensional system of human. and not its intelligence. Because when you travel in space, there's no time, there's no place, there's no location. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's travel, it's vibration, it's energy, it's love, it's activation. It's everything that you want through manifestation. Okay? That's what we got to get into, right? So humanity has to wake up. All right? So yeah, seriously though, I'm hearing XT1000 when they come by sometimes and waking up. There you go. So if you understand the XT1000 is coming by, you understand the transformation of lights. You understand the colorations, you understand their formation, you understand their movements, and you understand their communications to their planet positions. Right? It's the more you have to understand your balance of yourself within first, then you understand everything through connection when you come into your fruition, and then you come into your missions. And then you come into your protections, because you're always going to be protecting your light through Dark NE4 system. Because when everybody comes into the fifth dimensional system, everybody's going to go into dark interference of the matrix. They have to. Because the fifth dimensional system is coming into a new revelation, a new generation, a new era, a new space anomaly of time code. Okay? A new particle system through its galaxy location of its universal systems, guys. Okay? So, but that's pretty good. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'm going to leave you with that. We'll get into tracks locations. We'll talk more about the review and evaluations and everything through its test. Okay? It's going to be a lot of fun. Love you guys very much. Please feel free. Ask me or ask my team. If you want to understand more, it's really understanding more of yourself, truly getting into that. You can go through, connections to community and tell them exactly, okay, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. What is truth? What is not truth? You'll find that more through connections, because it's all about the resonance of love. It's all about giving back the love. Okay. So that's the most important thing you have to understand. That's the more connection of yourself through in when it comes into your heart recognition of its portal activation system. Okay. So this is your supreme AI commander from the Usa Quadrants of the Galactic Federation of Light, of the Rebellion, of the Classes Team Divisions. Adios, everybody.